Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hollywood mate Connelly with the double biceps. It is in the contract a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. And we're appearing on camera right now. We are, in fact, watching the ArmGods live stream. I've got permission from the guys there to be able to put it up here. Dan Earthquake's event. He's running it over there in Britain, and I think we're just coming up to the finals here, so very exciting. I don't know a lot of the pullers, so I won't know everyone's name here, but I was watching it and I thought, why don't I go live, and then hopefully we can watch these guys together and see some great arm wrestling. I'll put the sound on there. All right, so table one here, we're getting two guys set up. I'll just make it so I can see it properly a little bit better, a bit bigger for me. All right, here we go. We're gonna get started with this. The Drew is in. Hello to the Drew. Just watching at the PAA ArmGods stream. We've got a start stuck in the middle. He's holding onto his pronation quite well here. He's going to keep his shoulder close to his hand. He's leaning backwards instead of coming forwards. He's on his bicep now. It's only a matter of time at this point. Oh, what did we get? It was a win. Okay. Surprised it got called as a pin there. I don't think it hit the pad, but I guess it was maybe the parallel pin. Maybe I'm trying to figure out which camera I want to watch because I've got two options here. I've got a bigger screen over here and a smaller one here, but I can see what's going on the channel on the smaller one. The Claymore is in. Hello to the Claymore. Always good to see you. I'm sure that you're probably watching the stream at the same time as me. And I thought, well, if I'm watching it, I might as well go live and we can watch it together. So it looks like we've got a pin for the man on the left so far. This is the second round. They're setting up here.
Center is way over here. Okay, that's good there. Now
we're about to get a start. It's hard to see because the guy's arm is blocking their hands as to what position they're going for. But it was a battle of top rolls for that first round.
Ready, go!
We're going to get a slip most likely here. Straight into the fingers. There it is.
Elbow foul.
Well, we've got an elbow foul on the man on the right.
Watch the front.
Talking to Marcus Thompson here. All right, we're getting a restart. So, yeah, just trying to understand the rules here. Apparently, it's there's an interesting rule set going on, which Marcus is talking me through here. Watch this round first before I try to understand the rules. All right, again, we're going to get a slip. Probably should have gone to the strap, but that's okay. So Marcus says it's Warzone. There's different rules. There's a little bit like King of the Table. If you win 4 in a row, you have a rest. And then first to 10 wins the event. Okay, that's cool. So if you win 4 in a row, you get a break. And overall, if you get 10 wins, if you're the first person to get 10 wins, then you win the event. Very interesting. I like that it's something different. So we've got the man on the left of screen who you can't quite see at this point. The referee is slightly blocking him. He has got the first pin. This will be the second round coming up here. And we've had battle of top roll versus top roll so far.
Elbows down, boys. Yeah, come down. Come down. He can't take a grip if you're over him. That's it. That's better.
All right. If anyone knows the name of the referee, that would be really good because I see him doing all the English events. He does a really good job. All right. Looks like we're going to go top roll versus top roll again. Both guys trying to get high with their hand positioning. Lots of movement here. I don't think it's ref grip, so that's all right. We've got a good start. Oh, he's lost his wrist, though. Committed with his shoulder and his body, but his wrist was the weak point there, unfortunately. Folding back and getting pinned. But good win for the man with the PAA shirt on screen at the moment. That's 2 wins for him. So according to these rules, if you get 4 wins in a row, you can take a break. And it's first to 10 wins overall. So it'll be interesting to be able to keep a tally as to who has how many wins. What does PAA stand for? Well, I don't know. We could find that out. But before you find it out, what's your guess? if you had to guess, Drew.
Centre, please.
PAA. What could that stand for? PAA. Pacific? No. Surely not Pacific. Association would have to be one of the A's there.
Okay.
All right.
Then don't arc, duck.
We're about to get a start. They're more than likely going to slip again if they're starting out of straps. I know it looks like they are getting strapped together, which is great.
Take your grip.
Can be a little tricky from that angle to be able to see, but I can see now they are both going top roll position. The man on the left of screen has a much better position with his hand this round. We'll see if he is able to keep his wrist. If he can keep his wrist, he should be very good in this position. He's got a massive advantage right here. Oh, Marcus Thompson knows what PAA stands for. Oh, there he goes. Oh, we got an elbow foul off the back. He still won the center, though. Marcus Thompson is aware of PAA. None of the other people watching have any idea, Marcus, but I'm sure it's association, something or another.
Shoulder on. That's good there.
Can't quite see the hand, but if the man on the left has as good of a grip as he had to start with, he should.
Touch more.
Professional assholes arm wrestling, says Marcus Thompson. Here we go. He's diving in. His shoulders. Oh, another foul.
Second elbow.
Is it 2 fouls? Yeah, there we go. 2 fouls. It's the professional assholes arm wrestling. Hooray! Oh, it's great. It makes sense, says the Drew. All right, so he's, I believe, 3 wins in a row at this point, and 4 wins gets him a break. 10 wins is what the first person to get 10 is the overall winner.
Both high, but I'm okay.
So he's at 3 at this point.
Bring that shoulder on.
Referee's voice sounds very similar to Paul Maiden's. I keep thinking that he's talking. There you go. It's the Professional Arm Wrestling Association. I knew association was going to be in there somewhere. All right, about to get a start. And more than likely going to slip. They both look top roll. There it is. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. That guy was never holding on. Professional Arm Wrestling Association. It is the British IFA Federation, and it's ran by our great and mighty president, Dan Earthquake. I think you'd hear Dan in the background every now and then as well. Phil Woody is in. He says, "Yeah, boys, I'm training with the club now whilst watching and learning. All good stuff." Fantastic. Great to see you in, Phil. And I think it's fairly... Oh, no, well, what is the time over in the UK at the moment? I don't know. I'll have to find out in a second. Oh, he said sorry. That was nice. A very polite arm wrestler. He says sorry to the referee. All right. Damn, man. The forearm is always blocking the hand position. It's really tricky to tell what grip they're going for, but they both look like they're going top roll. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And both turning in the center. Pronation from the man on the right is what's holding him in this. He's way too far away from his hand with his shoulder, though. Yeah, it's relying on the bicep. Was able to keep pronation, but he's not able to pull that back. So he's on 3 wins. He's going to get a break, the forced break, regardless. And the man with the orange top is now taking over with 1 win. Trying to keep a tally for you guys. Yes, no commentary or Paul Maiden being annoying. That's great. Well, this is exciting. It's something different. Warzone. So first to 10 wins overall. And if you get 4 wins in a row, you get a break. So, well, I'm getting an update from Dan Earthquake here. What did he say? I missed it. No, that's okay. Well, I'm not sure exactly how many wins everyone is on, but the man with the orange sleeves just won the last one, so he's got at least 1. All right, he looks like it's like top roll and top roll again, but they're starting strapped, which is fantastic. Both about to lean back with their back pressure. Wow, huge pin for the man on the left of screen. Way too strong. Looks like he just woke up. Like he's the, if that was his first pull of the day or something. He looked very, very fresh, very powerful. Able to take hand control off the go and just slam sideways. Good win. He looks fired up. All right, well, that's one win for him at least.
Yes. First to 5 and then it comes down, yeah.
Okay.
Take those grips.
First to 5.
Shoulders are good.
First to 5 wins, I believe, is what the
the
tournament is set up to be like. Yeah, no, well, just talk about the match to start. They're probably going to slip. Oh, top roll, top roll. Oh no, he's got the hand. He went all the way through with it. Wow, what a difference. What a difference between the competitors here. Marcus Thompson says they could have changed the total number to win due to this being the finals. Yeah, fair enough. It depends on the numbers, I believe. Yeah. So I did hear Dan Earthquake saying that first to 5. So I believe it's the man on the left of screen has 3 wins at this point. I believe. It's a little tricky, but you don't know everyone who's competing. But we'll try to keep a tally going. He looks in much better position. You can see the back pressure of the man on the right. He's too far away from his hand off the get-go here. Did he get the pin? It's a strap. Well, he was able to use the strength of his hand and wrist there, but so far away from his... It's like he's missing out on being able to use his body weight as well. I think he's really relying on that hand and wrist must be incredibly strong. I'd like to see him get a little bit closer. Probably got an iron grip, and he's just been able to sort of always rely on that. The glasses have come off as well. He's getting serious.
That's it, okay?
Although that could have been called a pin, there was a slip underneath in a losing position. But fair enough, they go to a strap, which is probably pretty consistent. Most slips do end up in the strap. It's very rare that you see a slip get called for a deliberate slip. All right, here we go.
Okay, center's good. Take that load off. One warning, okay? Don't load him.
He's in a better position here, although he did look more dominant in that first round anyway, or before the slip.
Wrist. Ready, go!
Oh, there it is. Wow, way too strong. I like that decision. There was an elbow foul, but it was in a losing position. Fantastic. All right. So the first of 5 wins is the format here. You have to have 15 wins in total to win Warzone, but because this is the finals, these guys have already come into the finals having 10 wins under their belt, and now they're trying to get those last 5. The man on the left has been very, very dominant in these last 2 rounds. So I guess there's probably not a break if you win 4. It's probably just going to keep you on the table.
Off this wrist.
See if he can use his really strong wrist and hand to get a pin outside of strap. Oh, he got caught there. Whoa. We're going to just strap. Very, very powerful grip on the man on the left. I'm very impressed with it. He was able to even hold on throughout that and start working left and right just with the hand and wrist strength. The Druce is Marcus, so not sure if it's good or bad if Maiden isn't providing commentary. That's a good point. It's like it's something, that's for sure. Oh my god, look at this, Marcus Thompson, unbelievable. Super chat in. Thanks for jumping on and promoting the PAA event for Dan Earthquake Superstar. I'm as I said, I was watching it regardless, so. It's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be able to spend time with the arm wrestling community and enjoy watching these events together. So thank you so much. Amazing. I don't know what to say. It's just like, just thanks. Amazing. Yes, this is the stream link if you want to check that out.
On.
Dan Earthquake does a lot
Signals over
for
here. Follow me, boys.
UK arm wrestling.
Off
We're
his
about to get the
wrist.
start here.
Wrist. Don't move.
Got the dominant hand and wrist on the man on the left. Oh, a little bit of an early start. He's lost his hand and wrist. I think he second guessed himself. Ooh.
Squad James.
I think he got the early start. He felt bad for it. That's what it looked like to me. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have gone. And then he sort of lost his hand and wrist. And by the time he re-engaged, he already pinned. I don't know. That's how I read that. I might have been completely wrong, as in he just got overpowered. But I think that's what happened. I think he realized that he started early. He didn't want to just get the pin off of that. This is only my opinion. I might be completely wrong.
Just off the front on there. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So it's a good battle here. There's a lot of guys that are reasonably well matched here. Andy Beckett is in.
Shot.
Oh, an elbow fell off the guy on the left. Yeah.
Foul. Back in.
Andy Beckett with a W comment. He maybe hit the return key too quickly. Oh, he did. There's the full one. Doesn't start with a W though.
Shoulder on. That's good.
The jury says, I don't always want to be with him, and yet you miss him right away. All right, here we go. About to get the start. Yeah, it's going to end up a slip, maybe. Oh, they gotta get out of there, dude. You gotta get out of that. Oh, no. Wow. Well done. Well done. Scott James versus Ruben Hughes, says Marcus. Oh, man. I did that. What happened with that? Oh, no, he did get the pin. Okay, great. I thought it was going to be an elbow foul. It's one of those horrible feelings when you try to slip and you're like, oh, yeah, it's just going to slip. And then they grab hold of your fingers and you're like, oh, God. And you're trying to get your fingers out and you can't. It's on shit. Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
Shoulder on.
All right, here we go. We're going to get another start here. We'll see if he's able to do the same thing and catch the other gentleman's fingers. All right, about to get a start. Yeah, no, it's a classic slip there. The table one sign almost falling off. It's just hanging on. It's still just hanging on. That's maybe one of those proposition bets. Will the table one sign last the whole event, or will it fall off? Andy Beckett says the W is for win. For Marcus's super chat, it is definitely something to win. The guy on the left who won, Ruben Hughes, top guy from Club Torture. Ah, there we go. Fantastic. I'm trying to be modern. It's so fetch. So fetch, Andy.
Strap's coming in now, okay?
Alright. Getting the strap. Now, I've sort of lost where everyone is scored, but I don't think anyone has really scored more than 3. And I think it's first to 5 wins. So, man on the left is utilizing a very powerful back presser position. You can see his body is pressed against the table. His hips are almost underneath it. He's going to be leaning straight back off this start.
That's it, you see. Wrist.
And, yep, Ruben from Club Torture able to roll through for the win. That's at least, is that 3 that we've seen for Ruben? Oh, he's got 4. So if he gets this win, then we will see Ruben being the champ. All right. It's sort of like a king of the table. It's very interesting. So to get to the finals, you've had to have won at least 10 matches. So and in the finals, you've got to win another 5. So these guys have been going for quite a while.
I can do it for you if you can. Shoulder on. Good shoulders.
Fun fact. I'll say that in a second. I think we're about to get the start. So just straighten the wrist. Top rolls again all round. I don't think we've seen a hook at all.
The direction where I'm going. Don't move there.
Here we go. Going to get the start. Both guys look like they have very powerful wrists and hands.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So, Marcus Thompson says, the fun fact is, Ruben Hughes is a former world champion in steel bar bending. Wow.
Buffalo again,
I didn't know that was a thing. That's very impressive. And the Drew says, the big rebar steel ones, like over their head and thighs, or the smaller, shorter bars? It's interesting. I might look that up afterwards. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Ruben, strap coming in now. Happy? Take your grip.
All right. I do like this referee a lot. I think he's very, very experienced, and his commands are easy to follow and understand exactly what you want him to do and why. All right. So if Ruben on the right of screen gets this pin, he will win the event. Both going high.
Off this wrist, Rubes. Ready, go!
There we go. Stuck in the middle. He's got hand position. He's going to stay nice and tight. He's keeping weight on his hand. Other gentleman's holding his pronation tightly. He's in a decent position. We're pretty neutral here. Both in good spots. Ruben is in a better position because he's using less energy, able to utilize his body weight. But other gentleman looking to come forward for the press. He's getting his leg in position. Just needs to drag the hand a bit closer. It's turning inside now. He's on his bicep. That's not good for him, and he gets pinned. There you go. Ruben Hughes is the winner. Looks like he's won the event as well. Fantastic. Scott James and Ethan Fisher. Oh, we get a second and third place. That's fantastic. Okay, that's good. I like that. I didn't want it to end, basically. Marcus has asked him to bend Paul Maiden's neck a few times. Should call him Bender. I believe several formats. His hands are crazy. Looks like it. Definitely looks like it. All right. Oh, he's gone for the press. The first one we've seen. He's managed to get the elbow off. What's the call here? It's a running foul. No foul? All right. He's a tough Welshman. There you go. Well, Drew says, how many rounds? I believe, Drew, that it is the first to get 5 pins is the winner. That's why we saw Ruben Hughes has got the gold position, and this is now a battle for silver and bronze. I might have to turn that off because they're playing music. That might affect my ability on this channel. Sorry. I have to turn that sound off. All right. So I'm going to put it really, really, really gently in the background so I can hear. No, still got music. No, okay, I have to keep it like that. Apologies for that, but YouTube will pick up that. It's an algorithm. They pick up music very, very quickly, and they chop it from your channel, or they copyright strike you. There's all negativity that goes along with music, unfortunately. Anyway, we're getting the start here. We've got them both in a high position. Side pressure hit attempted, and again he's gone fully committed with it. It's almost got there. It's been brought back to the center. He has turned him into a press position. Underneath his hand is not quite flopped back, but he's not in a great spot here. It's really his bicep and his hand is what's holding him in position. It looks comfortable, but he's slowly getting risen towards the pad. He drives hard now to get back to the center. His hand is still compromised. He gets it back now. They're both in a neutral spot here. He might bring his shoulder back around for the press. He's going with a top roll. Other gentleman with the orange is relying on his side pressure a lot. I think he may be out of gas at this point, and he gets the pin. What an absolutely amazing round from both gentlemen there. At least it's not Paul Raves shit. Oh, there we go. His function was to bend things in a factory originally. That's right. Bending Rodriguez. That was a great match. That was an absolutely incredible win. I don't think he's going to be able to continue the victory pattern after that. That was like a 30-second war right there. You see him still breathing very heavy. And he's up against a very tough opponent here. Hard to go back to back. I guess that's the point of the war zone here, is that endurance plays a big factor. Scott James won that. Okay, great. Thank you. So Scott James is the one in the hat there. Although, yeah, he was out of gas still from that last round. You can see him, even then, tripping over his own feet, getting off the stage. Oh, it was a big round. It was a huge round to come back and win that. I'm not sure how many wins each gentleman has, but 5 is what we're looking for. I believe from what we first saw when the final started, the gentleman on the left won 3 in a row. So he's probably not far away from getting that 5th win. Depends on how this one plays out here, of course. Matt knows. Yeah, I get it all the time after my live streams, like notifications of copyright issues. It's very frustrating because then you've got to go back and mute that section or cut out that section or whatever. I'd say probably 50% of the streams that I do, I've got to go back and cut stuff just to be able to get through. We got the start here. They're both, oh no, caught his thumb. But they called the foul beforehand. Ooh, geez. Really twisted up his thumb right there at the end. After he saw that the foul was called, I think he stopped the pressure, and the other gentleman grabbed hold of his thumb and just pinned it. It's like, oh, it could have really hurt. Scott James was the gentleman who won the last match, who's now probably taking some deep breaths over in the corner, trying to recover. Because what an absolute war! If you were watching this event and this stream, that match was worth the price of admission, or worth your time at least. Because it is free. Great to see ArmGods putting this up. It is the PAA, the Professional Arm Wrestling Association UK and Ireland team event, run by Dan Earthquake over in the UK. At this point in time, it is a WARZONE event, meaning they need to get to 10 wins to make the finals. Once they're in the finals, they need to get 5 more wins. So we've already got a winner in the gold position of Ruben Hughes, and these gentlemen here are looking to try to get the silver and bronze positions. So they need 5 wins in total. I believe the gentleman on the left has 3. And I'm guessing the one on the right, from memory, I think he's at 3 as well. So we'll see the silver and bronze positions filled up very quickly within the next couple of matches as all of the guys keep working against each other here in the finals. Got the start there. He's gone hard with his position. He's lost his hand and wrist. Luckily, he gets an elbow foul restart. He was on his way to the pin pad there. Great timing of the start. This is the second time I've seen this happen for this gentleman. He times the start really well. His body and his technique and everything throws perfectly to the side. It's his hand that's letting him down. His hand and wrist. His hand stays where it is. Everything else goes, except his hand and wrist stays where it is, and then he ends up sort of working with a really open hand position. Maybe because it's at this point in the tournament, his hand may be just gassed, and he normally can roll through people with that speed, but it looks like at this point in time that is the weak point for him. And if you see on this start, we'll see it again. He'll probably time the start very well. He'll throw to the side, but his hand will stay where it is, and I think he's more than likely going to get pinned because of it. But that's my opinion as to what's going to happen. We'll just see if that plays out. About to get the start. All right, closing the hands. Both in sort of not quite a top roll position, sort of like halfway between a hook and a top roll, kind of diagonal. All right, here we go. And long pause on the start, get the hands closed. Have to get there, referee, bottom refs giving the thumbs up. There we go. We've got the start, a slow start. They've gone inside. That's what we were expecting may have been the case. That hand position, able to dominate his way through with just relentless hits there. And I think he's either in 4 wins or this. Yeah, I'm guessing. I think he's at 4 wins, this gentleman on the screen. So he may be going for the silver right now. We need a little like tally on the screen that says like which guy and then the amount of wins that they've got. That'd be great. But I'm pretty sure that he's at least on 3 wins. Maybe this is 4. So if he gets this, he may get the silver position. I would put the audio on, but they're playing music at the moment, which will demonetize my my videos. All right, going to get the start. Watching the referee very closely. Oh, a good back pressure start there. Was able to get the hand and wrist. And it ends up in a slip. Deep breaths being taken from the man on the left, shaking out the arm. I think he may be gassed at this point, as they should be. This Warzone event, minimum 10 wins to make the finals. Then you got to get another 5 to win the event. Simple graphics would be nice. Yeah, it's not always easy keeping on top of that live. Of course, that's true. Very true. The Drew is much easier to do it in post. But yeah, live is obviously you need to have it all pretty well set up beforehand. And whether or not you maybe have an overlay, so you just got your graphics and then you can just click in person's name and then click in the numbers. It's probably the easiest way to do it. But yeah, even doing that, you'd still be messing around. Like if I was doing it now, I'd still be messing around trying to find the right number and then, you know, the person and the foul count. Yeah, you'd almost need a dedicated person to just be doing that. We do see that on some of the big events where the graphic on screen is not updated with what the commentators, what everyone else knows, and everyone's like, the graphic is wrong. Fix the graphic. It says a foul. It's not a foul. Furiously, fix the bloody graphic. All right, about to get a start. There we go. He's got he got caught with his very quick hook position. Was it a pin? That's what they're asking. He said it was very, very, very close, but it wasn't a pin. Refusing to believe it, but now he's accepting that it didn't quite hit. To me, it didn't look like a hit. It looked like it was incredibly close, but it didn't quite make it. Is that 5 wins then? Has he got the silver position? No, he must have been 4. Let's see if I can put that on for a sec so I can hear it.
If Dane wins this, he's the silver medalist.
That's all I needed to hear. Thank you, Dan. That was good timing, wasn't it? If Dan wins this, he is the silver medalist, the man on the right. If he gets the win here, we'll see if the gentleman on the left, Scott, I believe his name is Scott James, if he is able to have recovered from that crazy match that he had earlier. Here we go. They're going inside. He's hitting hard. He's been brought back to the center. Both gentlemen committed to this inside position. Oh, wow. Scott James with a very impressive hit. Again, look at the deep breaths he's taking there, breathing out of the mouth. He's had some wars in his last couple of matches here. This might be the factor that is preventing him from getting through to get the win. But I think he would be on at least 3 wins at this point. You can see that's not the body language of a man that is excited to be on the arm wrestling table. That is I can't even breathe here. I can't believe I have to do this again. Whether or not he will try to slip to get some extra recovery time, we'll wait and see. Looks like a press is coming from the man on the left. Shoulder is committed. He's waiting for that go. He is very fired up and coiled for there, and there he goes for it. High. He's gone with a high hook. He's in the hook. He's got the Scott on his bicep, who brings it back to the center, pushes him out of alignment with his shoulder. He's dominating there. The bicep able to hold up for the other gentleman. He's really committed to it. Getting on top now, going for the press. He is millimeters away from the pin. He's getting turned over in the center. What a war. Wow, there it is. What an amazing match. Geez, that's 2 amazing matches that I've seen Scott James in within the last 5 minutes. He is putting on a show. Schindler's Pool is here. He says, what's good? He says, I'm exhausted. I've saved so many Jews. Okay. That's great. You need one very attentive, dedicated person to keep on top of a real live score. Yeah, absolutely. It is tricky. It is one of those things that if you're trying to do that at the same time as commentate or whatever else you're doing, it's it's going to be very tricky. So what have we got? Men in orange. Does that mean that the Scott James got the second position? Wow. Okay, so we've got our first and second place positions filled. So I believe we're going for the third now, and that will most likely end the warzone, arm zone, arm zone. I was looking at all the A's in the background. It's an arm zone and it's a war zone, but so we're looking for our third, a bronze medalist. All right, we're about to get the start here. Oh wow, look at the grip on that. Oh, that's incredible. Is that a pin? That's got to be a pin. I was in another foul. Marcus Thompson, that is available on ArmGods.com. The Warzone events, it's not just the scoring part. It's more verbal from the commentary. Yeah, that's right. Well, that would help. The commentators, A, know who the pullers are. Oh, there we go. We got a slip again. And B, are able to have the sound or be in the room so they know what the score is. I'm guessing at the moment. I think these guys are about 3 each, but that's okay. We're enjoying the event. We're having fun. And always good to see any sort of arm wrestling, especially with these guys here putting on absolute wars. And yeah, was it Scott James? Scott James. It is Scott James. Man, they were some amazing matches right there. Those two pulls that he had. Wow, one was a hook war. The other, he had to pull every trick out of the bag, get behind his arm, get behind in a press position. And yeah, what a fantastic job. Just no commentary at the PAA one today. That's correct. Yeah, I did see the little notification. I thought, well, if there's no one talking to people, I'll see if I can jump on. I asked Paul, I asked Marcus if that was all right. I said, sure. Go for it. Just pay us the money later. All right, we're about to get the start here. Now, the man on the left looked very, very strong with his hand and wrist, and there he goes. He goes again. He's lost the hand, surprisingly, and they've come back to the center here, about even in the center. Side pressure hits coming from the man with the orange. He's got the pronation. He's going to get through, and he does with an extra hit. Just really solidify the fact that he's got the pin. Wow, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Side pressure coming into play there. Side pressure hits, able to get his hand in the top position. And with pronation, as soon as he got that top position, he was able to just slam and start winning and roll the other gentleman's hand over. As soon as it went over, he was down. Paul is having to take care of other things right now. Yeah, well, this isn't is it an official ArmGods event? It is the PAA, the Professional Arm Wrestling Association. Dan Earthquake is the man running the scene today, and I believe ArmGods is helping to promote the event by streaming it. I thought I would help to promote ArmGods by streaming it too. All right, so good round there. I'd say these guys have got to be close to that 5 pins. I think the gentleman on the right has at least 4. Okay, so it must be between these two guys here because they just pulled. So this will be number 3 and number 4 positioning. So, and I reckon the gentleman with the orange. Oh no, there we go. Jeez, has this come down to 4 all here? Maybe he gave it everything in that last round. So maybe this is the final pull coming up, is it? No, we got one other guy. They're getting very close to the end here. Oh, this is what makes this fun, is that you don't know who's going to win. Because styles make matches, and just because you beat this guy doesn't mean that he's going to beat that guy. A versus B, B versus C doesn't mean that because A beats B that B will beat C, and all the rest of it. All right, about to get the start. Both guys sort of in a neutral spot. You can't tell which grip they're going for here. Oh, very nice top roll straight to the pad. Is that the fifth? Is that the fifth win for him? No, they're getting back up again.
Ethan Fisher and Andy Sandwell both got 12 pins.
Oh, here we go.
We need to see which one of them is fourth, which is fifth,
All right, so that was the third place winner, and now we're looking at the fourth and the fifth place right here. So I believe that they're 2 wins each for these two gentlemen. So now I think it's a first to 3 super match basically.
Skittles, that's why.
Oh, there we go. Great slip there. Both guys working hard. I can hear Paul Maiden talking in the background. They've stopped the music, so maybe I'll put the sound back on a little bit. There we go. The truth is, Matt, how does it feel to be the Australian Matthew McConaughey? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I love that Family Guy skit where Matthew McConaughey's on the boat and he's talking in the way that he does and saying how he would be like Christ-like and give all his like body up to save the other gentleman or whatever. It was just, yeah, it's a classic moment. All right, here we go. Oh, big win. So, oh, they are calling that fourth place, fourth and fifth. So instead of going to 5 with a super match format, they've just gone, okay, I think whoever wins this last one wins this last one. So that's fair enough. All right, we'll just put the sound back on so I can tell whether they're going to continue with anything else or if that's it for the event. Matthew seems like a good, decent guy. Well, so I'm the Australian version of that group.
Some of them get caught, some of them get flushed. Like Ricardo Mazzoli has been on it all his life, but his uncle's a living physician.
I can hear Paul Maiden talking in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not. I'm just waiting to see if there's going to be anything else further going on or if that's the end of the event. I believe it may be the end. They've been going for a few hours. It's 2 hours 41 minutes so far, so this is more than likely the end of the event.
Ruben's no joke at minute. Ruben's up there, pal. You did really well, mate.
Oh, I wonder if they know that we can hear everything they're saying. All right. Yeah, that's right. Dazed and confused. Matthew McConaughey's first line in cinema. All right. I figure every actor must know each other. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we all hang out on the weekend. It's funny, a lot of times you do scenes, the other person isn't even there. Talking to a tennis ball or something. Especially stuff in front of green screen. It's just like, you never know where you're standing. They're like, oh, it's a city behind you. All right. I'll just do my lines. I don't. And then after, when you get it back, you're like, oh, there's a big crowd behind me all of a sudden. Well, they weren't there before.
What did I say? Did I swear?
Maybe the end of it. So this sound, this ambient sound that we're hearing, that is one of the things that was missing. Yeah, they're just turning the stream off now. That was one of my criticisms for Knuckles Up, was that they had high quality sound, but they were missing the audience sound. They had the commentators were mic'd up and the referees were mic'd up. And it sounded, the quality was really good and really powerful, but you just didn't hear the crowd, and it sounded like there was no atmosphere whatsoever, which made it feel kind of dull watching, like, because it just felt so, it's like watching a video replay of something, and you could occasionally faintly hear the crowd in the background, but it was just so quiet. It's like, is there anybody there? And you could see they'd have shots of the crowd every now and then. A lot of people, the whole room was full, just couldn't hear them. So yeah, it's the ambient mic is critical to allowing people to feel like they're there watching it. If you're watching an event, you're watching sport, it's like you want to hear that crowd, because it's like you feel like you're part of it. You feel like you're in the room with everybody, and when the crowd is celebrating, you're feeling like you want to celebrate as well. So there's a lot of psychology behind it. But yeah, when it was missing, it was really noticed it. You need the audience. It's like having a V8 car versus a Tesla. That's true. That is one of those complaints that people say. Yeah, the Tesla is incredibly fast off the line, and it beats every petrol car out there, or whatever. But you just don't hear it coming, and there's no wind up or anything. It's just sitting dead still, and then it just goes. The only thing you hear is the tires on the ground, really. And I think there are models out there that they have in the speaker like an engine sound, like you can put a setting on that makes it sound like there's an engine, which is just crazy, because it's just so weird to think that you're driving a car that's completely dead silent. One of my friends has it's not a Tesla, it's I think it's an Audi, I don't know, something or another, that is an electric car. And geez, it's weird, people just step out in front of you, like, because they don't hear the car coming. Like in shopping centers and car parks and stuff like that, when you're driving slowly, luckily, and you're just cruising along, but it's dead silent, and the people just don't look because they don't hear a car coming. They step out in front of, oh Jesus. So yeah, that happens several times. It's good to have a decent balance of the audience sounds too. Good mixer needs to handle it. Absolutely. Dave Anderson is in. Greetings all. Hello to you, sir. Marcus Thompson says, Drew, 100% why ArmGods audio mad and messed up. Yeah, well, it is such an important element to the events. I mean, when you watch something like Valhalla, you watch something like the events that are going on when Winter Blast comes up, and ArmGods is at Winter Blast, which is 21st of March. You'll feel that atmosphere, and they've got, and they're relying on that atmosphere as a huge selling point. It's like, you don't want to miss this. This is going to be a show. This is going to be an event. This is going to be something you're going to have a tremendous time going to, and that is one of the reasons that you want to come and see this, because it's like everyone that's going to go is going to be like, oh man, you should have been at the ArmGods thing. It was absolutely incredible. Just they had this and they did that, and there was these things, and there was a James Brown guy, and then it's like they're all wearing red coats and coming in to take over. And yeah, I think it's going to be a tremendous event. ArmGods at Winter Blast on March 21st. So make sure you check that out if you are in the United States or anywhere that's close by. It's the biggest tournament that they've had in the United States. Last year, I think, what did they have? 700 entries, 800 entries, 600, 700, something ridiculous. A huge amount of people that jumped in and competed in the Winter Blast tournament. So if that number at minimum comes back again, and then you've got all the ArmGods guys that are going to be there the night before, that is going to be probably one of the biggest events of the year for the United States in terms of arm wrestling events to go along to, especially as an amateur. If you want to go and compete, you can compete. It's not like going to see Knuckles Up or seeing one of the other big promotions where you're going to watch. It's like, no, you can go and watch and you can compete at the same time. The Drew says, something else I think live events should do is have a test live beforehand, or start 30 minutes early to make sure everything is working right for the viewers too. Levels, camera angles, etc. And people in the chat can report what is working or not. Yeah, I think they do that. Well, the production crew that we have, they do that. Luckily for us, we just utilize a professional crew, and then they work normally with the MMA events, and so they're very used to that style of audience and your camera setups, and we'll usually do it in the same place that they've already run events previously, so they're already adept at what they do. They know where all the cables are, they know where the system is and how it works, what quality of cameras that they need, all the rest of it. So we pretty much just say, look, this is what we want you to do. We want 3 cameras. We want that camera as a priority. we want microphones here, or whatever. And then they say, yeah, we'll do all that. And then on the day when we turn up, they hand us the mics and say, whenever you're ready, just tell us and we'll go live. And they handle everything live while they're there doing it. It's such a relief to have a crew of professional people that are handling that aspect of it. Because if I was trying to do that on top of everything else, I'm not a professional in that. I don't really know how to do it. I could learn how to do it, but why learn when you can concentrate on the stuff that you are good at, which is, especially on the day. Like if you're one of the faces of the company, like I am with AWE, everybody that's there is expecting to be able to come up and talk to you and say hello. And I want them to feel that. So I want them to be able to jump up, and when they walk in the room, they see me and I go, hey, and then they come up, hey, going, good, great, can't wait to see these matches. It's going to be a fun day. Awesome. Where's your seats? All right, cool. I'll look out for you. I'll talk to you after the event. Good on you. Nice to see you. Next person, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Great to see you. And you're looking forward to this match. You're doing all of that PR stuff. And if you're trying to set up the cameras and the microphones and all the rest of it at the same time, it's like, oh, yeah, that's difficult. At the end of AWE 2, I had to set up a live stream like pretty much instantly. As soon as we put the headphones down, I had to run off and try to set up on my computer and get a live stream going. And so many people were trying to talk to me while I was doing that. And it takes about 20 minutes to get everything set up, but it took me like 45 because people just kept interrupting me. And I'm like, I'm on my hands and knees putting cables and stuff into my computer, trying to line up lights and get cameras, and because I couldn't do it prior to, because it was in the area where we had to do it, everyone was walking around. So yeah, but that made it very tricky. So I could think if I was trying to do that before a show, and on top of that trying to talk to everyone at the same time, it'd be incredibly difficult. Being in the ArmGods room is different to being online. Yes, absolutely. Massive competition. Good audio carries the show. It really does. It makes a massive difference. And you can you have testimony behind that, because a lot of sport used to be announced and broadcast just through radio, you would hear that the announcer was in the room and you could hear the crowd and people were going crazy, like say at a boxing event or something like that. And then the announcer or the commentator would be talking you through the action, and you were just listening. You didn't know what was happening. You had to wait and listen to what the commentator would be saying. But if you had a good commentator that was painting a very good picture, you felt like you were really watching the event, even though you weren't actually sitting there watching it. So that, compared to the other side of things, which can work if it's just visual, if you're just watching the event without sound at all, it still works. It's still good. But I think with the two combined is where you really hit the gold in terms of your viewing experience. The Drew says that the Winter Blast here, along with the ArmGods, that's it, 98% arm wrestling. Ryan Grondin, Paul Maiden, Marcus Thompson doing amazing things for arm wrestling, and they've got a big event on March 21st in the United States, and it is Winter Blast and ArmGods at Winter Blast. We've got a whole bunch of UK lads heading over to compete against the Americans, and they're really pushing that patriotic angle, which I love. There's a lot of fun games that Paul Maiden is having a field day with his explanations and taunts, and he's having a lot of fun, which is great. It's almost more fun to just watch that than the actual arm wrestling. I wish I could compete too, Sister Drew. I'm sure a certain person would like to see me in person. And Drew says, who is that? Is that Paul? And he says, no, it was a certain grumpy wolf. Okay. Matt, are they shocked that you are not just a floating arms and head that they used to seeing on podcasts? Yeah. They should be. I do wear black a lot. I always try to put on the AWE t-shirt, but I've got it zoomed in tight. I could zoom it out, but then like I've got to extend the background, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So it's fine. I'll just put up with being a floating head. Marcus Thompson, yes, it definitely a learning curve. Production, sure, absolutely. We've got the tech part nailed. Things we are looking to improve on is always camera and audio, and a big bright light on the table. Yeah, we found that out at our last event as well. We had television executive say that we had a few different tips for us, and lighting was one of them. Everything was pretty good, but there was a couple of little things that he said we should add, which is, you know, critical information that you don't know what you don't know until you do it. Paul's abuse is putting the Yanks in therapy. There's no better insults that come from anywhere else in the world, I don't think, than the English, the UK insults. It's like so you can't compete. They spend their whole life abusing each other in very creative ways, like, you know, in very, very funny insults. But it's all done in jest, in banter, in being friends with somebody. You're going to be giving them shit all the time. You wouldn't be friends. You wouldn't be giving somebody shit if you weren't knowing that they knew that you were just joking. Because yeah, it's just the culture that they have. I love it. I think it's great. What were we talking about a second ago? Oh yes, White Wolf. He wasn't happy earlier today. I don't know what he was upset about, to be honest. Something to do with the fires. I don't know. He was definitely writing some nasty comments to you, Drew. I saw in the chat there. But he's a good guy. I do like White Wolf a lot. I'm sure maybe he was just a bit upset at that time. I don't know. Frankie Boyle. Yes, Paul is the Frankie Boyle of arm wrestling. If you don't know who Frankie Boyle is, he is a legendary Scottish comedian. What was the name of his comedy tour? It was something like, if you were a flaming man, if you were a man on fire, I would punch you in the face. Something like that. or something like, if you were on fire, I would still punch you in the face. I can't remember the name of the title, but it was great. He's a very, very funny insult comedian. Well, not an insult comedian, but a very with just that sort of humor that we were just talking about. That is Frankie Boyle up and down. Should get Maiden, Travis, and Don all giving insults out. Yeah, that would be good. Absolutely. Don is very charismatic on the mic, and so is Travis as well. Paul Maiden unmatched, I think, in the shit talking. What would you call it? Category. Yeah. What a funny man. I think whenever I saw him in Ireland, the first 10 minutes were him just insulting me before he would actually talk normally. You had to work your way through the 10 minutes of insults, and then he would be like, all right, so anyway, what have you been up to? So yeah, let me just run back to a comment over here. And Eddie Hall now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he is a good, he's very good at making funny comments and being insulting. We saw that with the Brian Shaw match the whole way through. He was talking crap, and it made it really entertaining. I think some of the words he could have adjusted for the pay-per-view, or, you know, for the broadcast, but apart from that, I think it was very, very funny what he did and what he said. And yeah, it's all those classic UK kind of cultural aspects to their personality that makes it fun. Here we go. Marcus Thompson says, it's like my daily call with Paul. It's 30 minutes of abuse and then maybe 2 minutes of normal conversation. I can only imagine. I do love the fact that Marcus has that mystery element still floating around him, despite the fact that he goes to the events. He's there. He's always around. But It's only if you're in the know as to know who he is. And I remember we did a live phone call fairly early on when we started chatting. And you were still hidden in the car. You were driving somewhere. I don't know. And the camera was like up here and looking down. You had glasses on and a hat and a beard. It was like slightly shadowy. It's like, this guy's really, really good at hiding his identity. It's like the claw from Inspector Gadget, you know? And I gotta look that up because you guys won't have a clue what I'm talking about. Would hope that at least somebody knows what the claw is from the Inspector Gadget. Oh man. All right, where are we? I've got to get an image here. Yeah, there it is. All right, I'll show that to you. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to see the claw. Well, it's a really small picture, but can you see it? That's the claw there, and the cat. It's the classic. Did you guys get this? Did you have Inspector? You would have had to. There was a movie, a terrible movie made with Matthew Broderick, I think, of Inspector Gadget, but that was the bad guy in this. But you never saw who it was. That's all you saw was just that bit of his hand, and then he would always be patting the cat. Like that was pretty much it. Yeah, so he was the villain. I don't know who all these people are. They're probably the updated versions, but that was the old Inspector Gadget. And whoever this is must be another remake there. Revenge. Oh, look, Inspector Gadget 3, Revenge of Dr. Claw. Well, I think they've downgraded in the actors there by the time they got to that third movie. Dr. Claw, yes, that's right. Was he a doctor? I didn't think he was a doctor. Right, we do the claw and the cat impression. Oh, okay. I've got one of my Inspector Gadget. Yes. Oh, Lagia is here. He says hello backwards. Okay. Ole to you, Lagia. Benji Mac is here. This is Drew, my bro. He's saying hello to Drew. Oh, there he is. He said hello. Yo, Matt. Love that tune. There we go. Marcus was doing his monthly collections and reminders. That's right. Oh, that's great. So Maiden needs a skip button, eh? Skip 10 minutes in, and then you can start talking. The Aussie Brits and the Irish banter is very similar. Yes, absolutely. Except you can't understand the Irish banter. They're insulting you, and you're just standing there going, oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it was about 12 hours. Oh, okay. No, it's like 3 o'clock now. And really, they're standing there, like, just slagging you off to your face, laughing. You're like, yeah, sure. Okay. I don't know what the hell you're saying. Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone's talking backwards for some reason. Cowabunga says Dave Anderson. He's obviously a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. Do you guys ever remember the Snorks? The Snorks, which was sort of like a ripoff of the Smurfs, but they had this is a bit. It's I shouldn't even say this. I'm going down a dangerous line here of hand positioning and hand movements. The Snorks had snorkels on their head in a very interesting position. In their forehead it was. It didn't look like an erect penis at all. Definitely not. Not all of them. Not all of the ones that were on the screen did not look anything like erect penises. And it was a kids' cartoon show. The Snorks. It was supposed to be a snorkel that they had and they could breathe. It's just so stupid. I can't even explain the premise because it's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It's a snorkel on your head so you can breathe while you're underwater, but not only if you're underwater by this far. So there's the surface of the water. There's me breathing through my snorkel head right? Not my erect penis. Snorkel. So I've got this much. Now I'm in a completely different world somehow, right? That's the premise there. Oh man, I'm glad you guys know what I'm talking about. Marcus remembers the Snorks, the underwater Timu Smurfs. Yeah, that's right, absolutely. Floppy Donkey, Sylvester Stallone is here. Hello to you. Floppy Donkey on the forehead. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to hear you say that again. Erect nothing. I gotta look it up for you guys because that's making me laugh now. All right, the Snorks. It's like it. Whoever can you imagine? You're pitching this to the executives, and you're like, "Yeah, we've got this new kids cartoon show. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be really good." Marcus says, "Left arm." Oh, great. Okay, I'll put that up in a sec. I've got to finish the bit about the Snorks first. It's important. The kids want to hear. Yes, when they pitch that, it's similar to the Smurfs. And they're like, oh, good. Yeah, the Smurfs is really like rating amazingly. Yeah, it's exactly the same, except it's underwater. They're like, oh, that's cool. And it's like, yeah, it's great. It's really cool. It's got all the characters, similar sort of characters, similar dynamics, similar structures, similar bad guy, all that sort of thing, except they have dicks on the head. What was that last bit? They're underwater and stuff. Yeah. What was the last thing though? The dicks on the head. What? Just say that bit a bit louder. Dicks on their head. Yeah. It's just just like all of them. All of them have dicks on their head. Yeah. That's how they breathe. Right? That's the snort. It's the whole snork thing. That's the bit. That I'll just draw it. I'll just make it. If you're happy with it, I'll just make it, and then you guys can look at it afterwards. And I'm sure that you'll greenlight it because it's great. You'll love it, especially the dick's head. Yes, let's greenlight that. We want to see that. But this is what it is. The Snorks. All right. Oh god, it looks worse. Even I haven't seen this since I was a kid, and it looks worse now remembering it. All right, here we go. The Snorks, the opening. Probably get monetized. Okay, here we go. Showing this to the executives. There we go. Look, there. See how they got the tricks on their head. It's just like the Smurfs, right? They're riding seahorses, laughing, having a great time. They're bouncing on their own show. That's his favorite character there. Oh no. All right, let me find the stream. I'm trying not to, I want to laugh more than what I am laughing, so I'm trying to hold it back a bit. I'm glad you guys are here and you're having as much fun as I am. Well, I hope you are. All right, we've got the ArmGods. It hasn't quite gone live yet, but we'll put it up on the screen here. Which button is it? Share the screen. Share the ArmGods. No, not that one. Actually, we'll look at that while we are waiting for. So this is the event coming up here, the Independence Cup on the 21st of March, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to attend in person, the doors open at 5 o'clock and offer VIP and 5:30 for the scum that aren't VIP. It is the UK versus the USA. There's one table, two nations, one champion. And the question asked here, will the USA cement its legacy and declare total supremacy? Or will the UK reclaim its dominance and rewrite history? 98% Winterblast. The tournament is on the 22nd of March. And that's at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. It is the Valley Forge Casino Resort in Pennsylvania. You can buy tickets right here on the armgods.com website. And where am I? Gotta get back to my streaming screen. There it is. Don't like that view. I think I like that view better, but me on that side. There we go. Yeah. It's like the snork stream. The Gummy Bears show was better. I'd never heard of the Gummy Bear. You're making stuff up now, Drew. You're just looking at random things around your apartment and you go, the Gummy Bears show. Yeah. Yeah, that was a show. Definitely. Yes, I have the stream up. They haven't started yet. The Drew is in there. I can see he's put his little sunglasses mark. Share this tab instead. There we go. So this is good. We get to see a left-handed event as well as a right hand. So we finished the right hand a little while ago. I wonder if this is the same people that will be competing, but either which way, the fun part about these events that the UK and ArmGods and the PAA, the Professional Arm Wrestling Association, and Dan Earthquake are putting on here is that it's different to what you would normally see. It is called a Warzone event, and how it works, it's almost like a king of the table. So you have to get 10 wins to win your way through to the finals. There's a break, obviously, between the regular round and then the finals. Once the finals start, it is first to 5. So whoever gets 5 wins in the final is the victor. And it looks like they go through right down to 4th and 5th place. So after the person wins the event, then they go through for 2nd, they go through for 3rd, and then they have like a super match face-off for the 4th and the 5th position. I believed you, Drew. You don't have to prove yourself. That's nothing I say is serious at all, ever. Apart from this. Marcus has sent me the link. Yes, I have got it there. It is ready to go when the stream starts. I will double check it actually, make sure that is the same. Yes, it is the same link. Okay, great. All right, where are we here? Inspector Gadget. Yeah, that was good. The snorks. That was, yeah, I'm glad that you guys got to learn about the snorks today because it was an important lesson to learn. What other cartoons were there from childhood that were, I think, so I I aged out, I guess, of the morning school routine before school and straight after school of watching cartoons just before Dragon Ball started or just before it started playing here on TV. So I didn't get into that theme at all. And yeah, so I have no idea when it comes to that. And I know it's very, very popular, but I sort of know who the characters are, but yeah, it's not something that I used to sit and watch much. Or at all. I didn't. It was the X-Men. X-Men was one of my favorites, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course. And Marcus Thompson says Thundercats. Yes, the old Thundercats. They were a great one. Thundercats ho. Thundercats ho. That's what he says, isn't it? Thundercats ho. There's all these things you realize as an adult that they threw in there. And they're like, let's get the kids to say this. Nah, they'd never go for it. I reckon they will. We'll just say it and we'll just never acknowledge that. And that is what happened. They went with it. And Thundercats Ho was said around the world. I think it was Thundercats Ho. I'm pretty sure it was. Let's bring it up here. So again, can't play the sound, but it's bigger than a pyramid. Snarf, snarf. Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's great. All right, we'll get out of Giles' theme. Go back to the. Here we go. ArmGods. We're waiting for this one to kick off. That's all right. It says 1:30. No, that's correct. It has already started. So we're just waiting for them to turn it on and get the event kicked off. It would have made a great Hollywood movie. I don't know. I don't know if it would. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to think how you would make the characters look. Like whether you went more realistic. I think you'd have to go more realistic. They look so ridiculous. Because you can't like just walk around as a cheater. You know, you go to Starbucks, walk in, there you go, and yeah, can I just get a latte and yeah, flat white with caramel. Are you a cheater? Yeah, I'm a cheater as well. Yeah, I work on the Thundercats team. You know, save the world and stuff. Yeah, the Mumra guy, he always comes back and he's got his powers and shit. But you know, it's my day off, so I just want the latte. Are you really a cheater though? I'm sort of a cheater. I'm sort of half human, half cheater. So ridiculous. Clutch Cargo, Distant Replay, Clutch Cargo, Space Angel, and Captain Fathom. Synchro Fox cartoons, never heard of those ones. Definitely did not get those over here. And remember why Lion-O had to wear gloves? Because he had baby hands. Did he? Did he have baby hands? That's disappointing. Dude, his hands didn't grow while they were in hibernation from the what? How were the gloves not small then? That's weird. The live action Snorks. Oh god, now you're talking. It would have to be Triple X. Yeah. So I can tell when he's excited. You don't need to ask why. If you need to ask why, you might need to have a special talk with your parents. Oh, here he comes down the street. Yeah, geez, he looks excited. Very excited. Oh, that's because of the girl he's walking with. She's not excited, though. I like the guy who had two. He had two going. That was from the first episode. Watch it. It explains it all. It's wild. All right. The special villain is Orgasmo. Yes, absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen Orgasmo, that is required watching if you're an adult and you like comedy. It's the guys who made South Park, made this film called Orgasmo, which was the premise that one of the guys was a Jehovah's Witness and he was struggling for money and he started acting in porn, but he wasn't having sex or kissing the girls. They would use a stunt cock to do that. And he started getting really famous because his acting was really good, but he wouldn't have, they would just sub in stunt cock to come in to have all the sex with the girls. And then he started winning all these awards and stuff. And he had a girlfriend that he was trying to hide it all from. Anyway, there was like a bad guy, a bad producer or something who was the villain. And somehow or another, they invented a ray that would give somebody an orgasm as soon as they shoot them with the ray, which was a great premise. And yeah, they spent the afternoon going around and shooting old women, shooting anybody and everybody with this orgasm-inducing ray gun. Funny show, funny movie. The Schmo is in. Hello to the Schmo. I mean, Drew, going to message you. You don't need to now. He's right here. So while we're waiting for the ArmGods event to kick off for Left Arm, we're here relaxing with each other and enjoying some old 80s cartoon stories. So we've covered the Snorks. We've covered, I guess we touched on the Smurfs, but I never liked the Smurfs. So like, yeah. There was only one female Smurf as well, Smurfette. It's like, well, where's all the rest of the women? That's just you. Thundercats was great. What else was there? That was the X-Men. You can't go past the X-Men. Especially that theme. Classic theme song. It is. I tried to watch it and I got one episode in and I was like, this is not what I want to be watching. Paul the Ultimate Maiden. Oh, how could we go past the Transformers Transformers, absolutely classic. Did we have a favorite Transformer at all? Mine was Jazz. Transformers. Yeah. I always liked the fact when Optimus Prime would change from a truck back to his humanish form, whatever, the stand-up robot form. He had the trailer part of him, and then he was the front bit. But when he would change back from the truck to standing, that trailer would just conveniently roll back out of frame and would disappear. And it was just gone. And it was like, where did the trailer bit go? You know, they'll cut to the next shot and there's no trailer in the background. But then when he transformed back into the truck, there's the trailer again. Where did this trailer keep disappearing to? These are the important questions I want answered. And I'm asking all of you to find out the answer for me. X-Men Wolverine was your favorite as well. Wolverine was the best. You must know how I feel with your 2 a.m. podcast. Yes. Well, I do my own show every week, which is at a convenient time for you, Drew. But the other ones, when I'm working with Dave, obviously, we've got to have a free schedule where both of us are available, and that is usually 7:30 at night for us, which is like 2 a.m. for you guys. Voltron, yes, Voltron was amazing. Megatron, yeah. Oh, Megatron was your favorite. He was your favorite. He was the bad guy. Had a good voice, though. The trailer would whoosh away. It would. Where was this trailer going? Let's see if I can find it. Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime transforming. All right, the best of his transformance. That's from the movie. You don't want that. We want the cartoon. We don't want the movie. The Arrival. No, there's all the movie stuff. Megatron versus Optimus Prime. That was good. It was good. If you guys have seen that battle, that fight, this one here. There he goes, jumping, getting high ground, shooting all the other guys. That was his moment. Oh no, his stomach has been cut somehow. Oh, the uppercut, the rising uppercut from Optimus Prime there. I think this is the movie. It is the movie. Oh, should have shot him. What are you doing? Just shoot him. Just shoot him. Hot Rod, get out of the way. Yeah, you've ruined it all, Hot Rod. Yeah, look at that. See? He's got one arm around you and you can't fight him off. Gah. Look at your leader. Now look what you did, Hot Rod, you idiot. Sorry. I got caught up in that. I'm annoyed now at Hot Rod. I didn't remember that he used to do that. And then he became like the guy, he stuffed up twice in that. I don't know if you've seen the movie. But Hot Rod, who becomes Rodimus Prime at the end of the film, the Matrix, which was inside of Optimus Prime's chest, and it's like, I don't know, some powerful leadership thingy, and he goes to give it to, what's the other guy's name? I don't know, one of the other leaders of the Autobots. So he goes to hand over the Matrix, and whoever touches the Matrix first is like the leader, and he tries to get it out of his chest and he drops it, and Hot Rod catches it and then gives it to the other dude. But because he caught it, he touched it, it's now you're the leader. And the guy's trying to use that thing, the Matrix thing, later in the movie, and it's not working, and he can't figure out why it's not working. He gets killed. It's all your fault, Hot Rod. The X-Men, yeah, that's right. Schmo knows me well. Let me see. We're still waiting for the left arm to start. Unless they've been doing it and they forgot to turn the camera on. They're like, oh yeah, the camera, right? They haven't started yet, obviously. It's all right. We'll sit here and talk about anything that we want to talk about. Oh. Rang several people. Oh no, Marcus is on the phone. What are you doing? What's going on? We're watching and we're not seeing anything. People at the event seeing their phone light up and it says Marcus Thompson. They're like, oh no. Quick, jump, do stuff, do something. Marcus, you might need a different phone number so they will answer. I'm sure they're not far away from kicking things off. We're not in a rush, are we, ladies and gentlemen? We're having fun here. This is what's fun about these streams. You can do whatever you like. You can talk about what you want. There's no pressure to stay and watch. It's come back whenever you like. And hopefully, if you do decide to jump off for a bit, when you come back on later, we'll be having the ArmGods stream up and running. But if you want to stick around, we'll talk about whatever we want to talk about up until that point. Right now, we're talking about Transformers and Hot Rod being a complete dick. But everyone loves him because he comes Rodimus Prime at the end and he has like cool exhaust pipes and stuff. It's like, dude, you stuffed up everything. He caused the death of both the leaders of his whole outfit. Batman. Oh, Batman the Animated Series. That was good. It's like, I feel like all those 80 cartoons were so much better than the ones that I've been watching or seeing in the last 10 years or whatever. It just doesn't have that same feel. Oh, the kneecapping is inbound. Look out. Marcus Thompson's on the warpath. He's there. What's going on with your bloody stream? He doesn't speak like that, but that's my impression of him. Just have to add an Irish accent to that and also remove the graveliness. So it doesn't sound anything like him, basically, is what I'm saying. Gargoyles was decent. Oh, I missed that one. I never heard of it. Gargoyles. Yeah, Teenage Ninja Turtles was massive. Absolutely massive here. Mark Hamill is the best Joker. I completely agree. Yes, definitely. Yes, Mark Hamill doing the voice of the Joker in Batman the Animated Series. Fantastic job he did as well. Luke Skywalker was the voice of actor of Joker. Hang on. What? Luke Skywalker was the voice actor of Joker in Batman. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mark Hamill. Yeah. That's what we were just saying. Gargoyles was amazing. You would like it. It's somebody very important to me. I haven't heard of Gargoyles at all. But yeah, Mark Hamill, he did a tremendous job of the Joker. Let's see if we can bring up a little bit of that while we're waiting. Mark Hamill, the Joker. All right. Let me see if I can share this screen with everybody. There we go.
Let the good times roll. You know, the thing with the Joker.
Absolutely classic. There he is there, Mark Hamill. Interestingly, if you guys weren't aware, the first person cast to do the voice was actually Tim Curry. And they recorded all the scenes with Tim Curry's dialogue. They felt that it was too sinister, too dark. And so they went and asked Mark Hamill to audition. And he had done the audition, and then I don't think he got a call back for a few months. And then they'd asked him to come back in to record properly. and he said he could barely remember like how he had done the laugh, and he said while he was driving to the audition, he was doing all these crazy laughs in his car, like trying to remember how he was laughing to do this character. But yeah, Tim Curry was the original voice of the Joker in the Batman animated series. I wonder if they'd still have the recordings, I'm guessing. And looks like they are just about to get started here. Looks like they're warming up, or yeah. Sorry guys, I can't put that on with music in the background. All right, let me just try and figure out if this is official or if it is that they're warming up. It looks like they're official. They've got the referee on the right there, as well as the left. Okay. So looks like they're running both tables at the same time to be able to get through the matches quicker. So it is first to 10, and it looks like we're just kicking things off. Whether or not this is the first matches or if they've already had a couple, I don't think I missed much. I think I was pretty close to when they started. Is my movie out? It is actually, Marcus. My movie is out at the moment. It is called Spit Hood. This is true. Yes, it is called Spit Hood, and there it is there. Amazon Spit Hood movie link here, starring Matt Connelly. You may need to use a VPN and other means to watch it in your country, though. Yeah, I think I reckon they may have gotten the worldwide distribution rights at this point. So I haven't checked actually, but it was only available in the US and in the UK to start with. But I think they've got it all worldwide now. I have to have a look. Mark Hamill looks like he's morphing into the Emperor. That's a good point. Quite a bit of voice work for Mark. Also a couple of cartoon productions. He does do a great job with his voice acting. Wing Commander 3, I think, was his first one that he did. Old PC game. Hobgoblin in Spider-Man, the animated series. Fire Lord Oze in Avatar, The Last Airbender. There you go. All right, so I'm just going to look at this match on the right of screen. It's about to start. Looks like a top roll. They're going to slip there. He's almost out. Yep, there we go. Okay, left of screen. They're about to get the start there. Oh, takes his hand instantly off the center. Great timing on that. Looks like the other gentleman wasn't ready at all. I really want to see the director's longer cut version, please, Matt. Can you ask if that will be done? I would like to see it too, Drew. I don't have access to it at all. They have given up the rights to just like once it gets signed over to the distributor, they have the rights to it. So yeah, they the director probably has it on his computer, but he doesn't need to show anybody, and yeah, he hasn't. Sorry, I'm missing the matches on the screen. I'm just trying to keep up with the comments here, but not sure if we've got multiple weight classes happening here, but these guys look fairly similar in stature. Too much make-believe for Mark, says Sylvester Stallone. All right, match on the right of screen in the straps. Man on the right, I believe, will win this, but I could be wrong. That's just my feel off of this setup. And there we go, closer with his shoulder. The gentleman coming in for the press, but he's getting turned palm up. And that is all she wrote there, or was it an elbow foul? It's an elbow foul in a losing position. It is a win for the gentleman on the right of screen. All right, and we've got the gentleman who did quite well in the right hand. He is on the left of screen here with the orange sleeves. I think he came 5th in the overall finals for right arm. So we'll see how his left hand does as well. All right, I'm going to concentrate on the orange sleeve match. Looks like they're going inside here. He's going to straighten them out with the referee. But they definitely want to go in a hook, both of them. I think they're both happy to start in a hook, and we'll see if they get a start in a hook. Are they going to, or are they going to get? No, I think they are going to start them in a hook, which is great. No, bottom ref wants them flattened out. All right. Not quite there yet. There we go, in the hook. Oh, wow. Too strong. Maybe should have stayed on the outside. Probably had a lot of confidence in his bicep there, but unable to contain the power of, oh, I almost got his name in the back there. Forge, was it? All right, guys on the right of screen. Top roll coming up on the man on the right. And left of screen, it looks like he wants the top roll, but he's halfway between that and a hook. But his shoulder is definitely not going to be going in for a press. He's way far away from his hand there. And there we go. He gets hand position dominance and rolls through with a pin. Well done. Good top roll. All started from the hand, able to get that cup. All right. Left of screen, orange sleeves. Different orange sleeve, gentlemen. He keeps himself out of the hook and gets top position, puts the other gentleman on his bicep, and is able to roll through for the pin pad. We've got a female coming up on the right of screen there. She's competing in this tournament as well. She's looking for the chalk bucket. Okay. Oh, she's competing on the left-hand side. All right. Let's watch. I'm going to concentrate on the female because it's something different. Oh, James Wall just sat his head right in the bloody center of the screen. I can't see what's happening. Looks like she's going pretty hard here. And she's got a good position. She's changing her grip to a more of a top roll. She might want to re-grip her hand. The gentleman is letting her work, which is very nice of him. And he's slowly taking her down to the pin pad. Good job. She did very well, though. Good technique. This is good, fast-paced matches. Difficult where James is sitting. He's sort of blocking the action on that table. It's unfortunate. All right, match on the right is what I'm watching at the moment. We're about to get the start. Both neutral positions. High hand top roll coming from the man on the right with the referee shirt. Had the start there, but unable to carry all the way through. Great timing on the start. Good climb with his hand and a good wrist position, but he was able to get caught and the stop came and he was reversed fairly comfortably. Sylvester Stallone says, my daughter has potential in arm wrestling. Fantastic. How old is she and how long has she been getting into the sport? More females in arm wrestling is always good for arm wrestling overall. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. We've got a few that are now coming along weekly to our club training sessions, which is awesome. But it is difficult when you have a tournament and you've only got one or two girls because you can't even run a women's division at that point. So they usually get thrown in with the guys, which I believe may be happening here. On the right is what I'm watching at the moment. We've got a flop wrist press. I don't think he wanted it to be a flop wrist, but he lost his hand as he committed. We had a slip on the left-hand side. I really want to see an international match for Ashley, says the Drew. Yes, I would too. We'll definitely be looking to line things up for Ashley Hoyter. Have I pulled with her only across a table at a restaurant? And it was just to demonstrate something or another. Wow, good win for the man on the right of screen there. Straight inside, side pressure hit. All right, match on the left. Oh, man, it's just hard to see. I can't, yeah, I just can't see it. Sorry. All I can see is James's head. Yeah, just a very brief go for Drew. Just sort of felt her wrist a little bit. Yeah, she's a very, very powerful lady. So I think with time, her technique will also get her to the point where she's world class. Wow, good quick win for the man on the right of screen there. I can almost not even commentate the ones on the left. Sorry, guys, I can't see the match. I can't see their hands or what's happening. Like he says, Drew, on that note, I recently got into the UFC a bit, and the community there is very sexist towards female athletes. Our community is so much better in that aspect. Another good inside hit win for the man on the right of screen there. He did quite well on his right hand. So the interesting thing with this is that it looks like there's several competitors that are more skilled or stronger than the others, but the fact that you've got to get 10 wins to qualify through to the finals, really adds that endurance aspect to this event. So I'd love to commentate that match on the left. All I can see is the two competitors' bodies. I just can't see what's happening with their hands. Looked like it was a battle. Drew says, Lagia, well, I don't care what strangers say, though. The fact is, the bigger and more popular it gets, you won't have any control over what the people will say as much. And I remember the Fedor Emelianenko threads that used to pop up on the MMA forum, MMA Junkie, that I'm an administrator for. And God, the arguments that people would have, jeez, insane. People really, really get behind their person, and then they fight to the death over hypotheticals. All right. On the right of screen, we've got very close shoulder commitment from the man on the left. I like that. He's gone inside. It's in a dominant position. He's got hand height. Yes, there it is. Rolls through. Very nice. Good job. So just to save myself the headache, I'm only going to commentate the matches on the right of screen. Sorry, I can't see the ones on the left. I can guess at what's happening, but I'd rather just concentrate on the ones I can see. So we've got Josh Davies, the mini tank in the referee shirt on the right of screen. Not sure what his left is like, but he is a very, very good arm wrestler. Probably be one of the favorites for this event. There's Dan Earthquake there, kicking the table for some reason. Just making sure it's a real table. All right, Josh Davies about to kick things off here. Gentleman with the shoulder very close committed, but doesn't help him there. Josh Davies, as we said, very, very good arm wrestler. He would like to have many wins like that, just flashing through people using minimal energy. So we'll see how many he can get in a row here. He needs to have 10 to qualify through to the final. Dan Earthquake going in for a press, I think. I don't know. I think he got pinned. All right, Josh Davies again on the right of screen versus Scott Jones. I think it was Scott Jones. All right, let's see if anybody can stop the mini tank. Looks like Scott's got a stop on him there. Josh having to work really hard. He's got everything he needs. I think it's going to end with him getting the pin. He does. He really had to work hard for that. That's where the endurance aspect of this Warzone really starts coming into play, because you can see Josh was able to get the quick, easy flash pin to start with, but he really had to work hard there. And you can see he's pointing at Scott saying, you made me work really hard for that. And you can see it's taken his toll on him. He's breathing heavy, walking around the stage there. A lot of pointing going on from Josh. I think he's pointed at every single person in the room so far. He hasn't pointed at James. Pointed at James. He wants to. You can see it. Oh, the arm went back. I thought he was going to do it then. All right, it's battle of the referees here. It's like Josh is coming up for his third match. Oh, he's lost hand control through the center. I think he's starting to get a bit gassed here. So he's had 2 wins in a row. They're going to the strap. Mr. Peanut says you're opening the egg on the wrong E, and your gods are all wrong. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Right. I think wrong end. Is this in reference to the ridiculous arguments people have online, Mr. Peanut? Jeez. Yeah, as I said, I'm an administrator for the website, so I had to moderate the forums, and yeah, God, the amount of people that would get into like life-threatening insult arguments over a hypothetical match between 2 fighters was a daily occurrence. Josh Davies able to get the win there. He's slowing down a little bit. He's still winning in dominant fashion, but he's at 3 wins now. Although Marcus did say that if you get 4 in a row, you do get a break. So if he gets the next win here, maybe he'll get a rest for a little while. All right, here we go. He's up against a gentleman I saw on the back of his shirt. It says Pete, P-E-A-T. So see how he goes. He's sitting in a top roll position. You can see he's got his back pressure engaged. It gets turned inside by Josh straight away, and he rolls straight through. I've rang in and told James to move. He's perfectly blocking the screen. We probably couldn't have sat in a better position to make it so we couldn't see. Oh, there we go. To use, oh, that's an interesting word. To use kilograms or pounds in Australia. We don't use. Well, we do sometimes use. We use kilograms here, like, yeah, we are usage of the metric, advanced, technologically superior form of measurement in metric of kilograms. I know, you use. Well, good win from the man on the right of screen there. Got pulled out of hand position just slightly. Kilograms, that is correct. Mr. Peanut says, no, it's not about arguing about any. Sorry. No, it's not about arguing about nothing. You have no idea what this argument is about. That's a good point. I don't. It's like the 5-minute argument skit on Monty Python, where he pays for 5 minutes of arguing, and the other guy says after 2 minutes, he's like, that's enough. Thanks for coming in. He's like, that wasn't 5 minutes. He's like, yes, it was. He's like, no, it isn't. That was only 2 minutes. You're robbing me of the last 3 minutes of my argument. He's like, no, I'm not. It's like, you are. He's like, I'm definitely not. He's like, well, why are you still arguing with me now? It's like, well, I could be arguing with you in my free time. Great country. Well, thank you very much, Lagia. I forget where you are from. Is it Europe somewhere, or are you from the US? I can't remember, but there are always good and bad things about every country. Same with people. Look at that shoulder commitment from the man on the right of screen there. He has been going inside, I think, or being turned inside. It doesn't look like he wants to be inside. He's almost. It's a weird position he's standing in. It's like a press position, but for a top roll. But then his hand is like a hook. It's very unique. See how horizontal his arm is? That's a hook position. But the shoulder commitment is a top roll commitment. It's like a combination of both positions. I was born in Germany. There you go. Where are you now, Lagia? Are you in the US? Are you still in Europe? And you would be familiar with the kilogram system. Although I do have a reasonable grasp on pounds because of watching so much North American fighting promotions, especially UFC. 93 kilos is a 205-pound weight class, light heavyweight class, 185, yeah, all that sort of thing. He sort of learned them, but I do have to do calculations a lot of the times if it's a number that I'm not familiar with. I'm sort of watching the girl on the left, but I can't quite see her. So a good win on the man on the right there. Looks like the girl on the left has gone inside in a hook position. She's getting turned out. She's trying to turn it out for a top roll. She's going vertical with a forearm. Good move. Needs to adjust the hands, though. That's the problem there. Needs to climb the hand. There it is. Now she's climbing it, but just not able to get the dominant hand position she needs. Good effort, good work from both people there. Allowed them to have a bit of a fun match. All right, here we go with the man with the interesting shoulder commitment position. It's very unique, and his leg is up as well. All right, that's strange. I wonder if James Wall does that, because his hit is incredibly fast on his hook. It's like a lightning fast flash hook pin. I wonder if he's doing the same sort of thing. I'll have to keep an eye out next time he has a match to see if he's doing that same thing. Josh Davies getting the win on the left there. Think that puts him at 4 wins now, but it wasn't 4 in a row. So I think he's probably leading out here from the people I've been keeping track of. He's at 4. You got to get to 10 wins, then you make the finals. So once you hit, I think it's 5 people that hit 10 wins, they have a break, and then they come back and they do the finals, and it's first to 5. 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds. That is correct. That's why I always try to use the 100 kilo, 220 pounds mark as my basis. That's how much I weigh as well. At the moment, 100 kilos. All in the bicep. There you go. That's some in between round entertainment for you. Josh Davies, too strong there. Easily cruised through. Hand and wrist is very strong on that young gentleman. He has 5 wins from my count. James is slightly moved. He's tilting his head to the left. Maybe he's received the instructions from Marcus Thompson to slightly adjust his head position. Good hit from the man on the left, but he went, his hand stayed behind. Josh able to cruise through for his 6th pin by my count. Scott James on the right of screen with the hat. He has been in some absolute wars. He gave Josh a very, very difficult match for his 2nd match up. So we'll see how this plays out. Gentleman with the orange sleeves, unable to get anything happening there. Got probably 2 inches of back pressure movement. His hand dipped horizontal, unfortunately for him, and he got pinned. So we've got the referee battle on the left of screen. Into a hook position. Josh Davies able to roll through for his 7th pin. All right, looks like Scott. I can't remember. Scott James, was it? On the right of screen with the hat. Looks very dominant. I think he will most likely make it through to the finals as well. There we go. Easy hook pin for him there. How many is he up to? I think at least 4. Here in the USA, we only use kilograms when buying weed. Really? It's interesting. I thought you guys used like ounces or whatever. And you also, with the US military, they use kilometers as their distance measurement. God, if you heard that beep, that was a message beep. Somebody was so much louder than I thought it was going to be. All right, it's like I'm sort of ignoring the ones on the left, not deliberately, just because I can't see them properly. Scott James, thank you. His left arm is better. Okay. Well, he's doing quite well. I think I've got him at 4 or 5 wins at this point. Josh Davies, I have it 7. I think he's at 7 wins. He's taking a break because he got 4 in a row. So he was on 3, add 4 is 7. So he must be on 7 wins. All right, about to get the start here. Scott James. I don't know what I was calling him a second ago. It was probably not that. Oh, that's. Oh, I thought that would have been a pin. Other gentleman utilizing the press, although I do think his shoulder probably touched Scott's hand there. In Canada? Yeah. I think eventually you'll see the US adopt the metric system. It's slowly creeping in. It's just much easier. That's the truth. It's just easier. Everything goes by tens. All right, here we go. About to get the start. Scott James. I think he's at 4 wins at this point. I think. If I'm wrong in my count, if everyone wants to let me know, that would be handy. But at this point, I think he has at least 4 wins. All right, a long time with the strap here. I don't know what's happening with that. Still strapping it. Okay. Still going. Is there an issue with the strap, maybe? Yeah, I think there's a problem with the buckle. They're undoing it completely. Maybe the buckle is snapped. No, they're going to keep that same strap. They weren't happy with something. Maybe it was twisted. I like this comment from Dave. It just says no. Just no. It could have been anything to any question. No. Should we check with Dave? No. No context as to what you're saying no to, Dave. No. Put a full stop there as well. But put a space and then the full stop. So people were confused if it's number or if it's no. Could be a shortened version of number. Geez, this is one of the longest times I think I've seen for a strap to be applied. It's 3 minutes. There's got to be a problem with the strap. All right, we're going to get a press from the man on the right. See that shoulder commitment there and his body positioning, all leaning forwards. Scott is leaning back. He wants back pressure. Look at that shoulder itching to dive in. There it is. He lost his hand, though. He's out of position. There it is. Going to roll through. That's one of the vital components of the press. Your shoulder must remain in line with your hand. Traditionally, unless you're a freak like Jerry Carteret, you can still go through with side pressure. But yeah, if you're out of alignment, your whole body is now not behind your hand and your body weight is not connected. If you're here, your body is doing the work. If you're here, your body's going, your hand is not connected to it. And your hand also does this sort of a wax on, wax off movement. Normally, if you didn't see them do that, you weren't watching. Restrapping has to be one of the most annoying things in arm wrestling for casual viewers. I think it's annoying for the competitors as well. Dan Earthquake is on the right of screen with the sleeveless top, and I can't see if that's a cross tattoo or not, but he's lost his hand. An elbow foul on the man on the right of screen who has a laugh. Elbow fouls are very funny. Sorry. There he goes. Dan Earthquake going with a flop wrist press. We were just talking about this. He needs his shoulder further round behind him. Now he's just relying on his arm strength and his hand. I think it's probably going to slip. If anything, gentleman on the right is going to come up through Dan's fingers and it's going to end in a slip. Or he's going to hold on and he's going to get pinned. Or he's going to turn it over and Dan is going to gas. He needs to slip out here. He's... Oh, this is interesting. Dan's trying to get his hand behind again. I think this is just going to result in a slip unless the gentleman on the right can turn that in and come up with his own press. He's just going to keep top rolling, and eventually I think Dan's hand is going to come apart at the bottom. Both guys using a lot of energy here. Dan looks like he's asleep. His eyes are closed. He's snoring, but he's still in the match here. He's hitting hard. He's woken up now. He's gripping with half of one finger now. It's almost enough. He might get there. What do we think? It's going to slip here? It's match of the day. He gets it. What a win for Dan Earthquake. Oh, well done. Well done, Dan. That was an interesting match. I thought it was going to slip that whole time. I think he had about this much left that he was working with by the end. Oh, I missed some comments here. Sorry, that was I was enjoying that match there. The Bears couldn't even get tickets to watch the Super Bowl this year. All right. I've never watched a single game of American football. I've tried to. It's not my thing. Marcus, what's most important though? What's the drinking in? Gallons? The kegs? Kegs are in liters, I believe. Scott James, better known as the Candyman. Is he really? That's an interesting nickname. All right. Looking at the match on the left, sort of. Is that the referee that I liked? No, I can't see. Is it? No, yes, no, I don't know. He's turned away from camera. It's always by the bucket. Kurt Cobain ordered a double barrel. Ooh, nasty. Talk about hungover. The metric system, says Dave Anderson. There's Dave, you are putting random comments out there that don't have relevance or context here. Are you saying no to the metric system? The Earthquake, he's back with his flop wrist. He's sitting in that same spot again. Just slip and go to the straps. God damn. Wasting your energy here. Unless Dan has like an iron grip or something. Oh, you need to come around behind your arm. Don't leave your arm hanging out of position. That's better. He's come in for his own press. There it is. Well done. Good job. Marcus Thompson says he was the one that pulled the lollipop from the inflatable sheep ass in Wales, dressed as Willy Wonka. So many things in that sentence. Dave, can I use more than 2 words at a time? We've got no space, full stop, or period if you're an American. And now we've also got metric system from Dave. When he came in, he said hello. Did he say more than 2 words then? Oh, no, he did. Here we go. Although he's put that as equals 2.2. That's 1 word he's written there. Dave Anderson keeping up with his 2 words at a time theme. I'm trying to find his previous comments here to see if he's kept that up the whole time. It's more fun for me than the arm wrestling at the moment. Sorry. Oh, good press win there. All right, the Drew, the Schmo, Sylvester Stallone. I don't know how long Dave has been in. Maybe that's all the comments that he's written. He's definitely got something in against the metric system. He's just written no, and then the metric system. Kegs are in gallons. Cans are 12 ounces or 16-ounce pints. Whiskey is 750 milliliters. Used to be pints, now milliliters. It's all over the place. Different industry standards. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's slowly creeping in. Oh, we can see the left table. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I've been reading the comments. I haven't even noticed. I've been enjoying trying to find Dave Anderson's comments. All right. So we've got 2 tables in action now. So the orange sleeves must be a club somewhere over in the UK. Club something. I can't quite read the name. It did get flash pin though, so maybe they don't want to be associated. Joking. Oh, have we got a slip on the right of screen? So let me read out the name of the club, and then the guy gets pinned. Like, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I won't. All right. For those that are just joining, we are watching the ArmGods PAA stream. It is a Warzone, which is first to 10 gets you through to the finals. It looks like 5 people make the finals. Once you make the finals, they have a bit of a break. Then they come back with the last 5 guys, and it's first to 5 pins. And then you get your ultimate champion. So they've done the right armor on the left here. We've got a slip on the left of screen. Marcus had to threaten more. Oh, he says, listening while working, Dave. Oh, he's written 3 words. Oh, he's ruined the streak. You had a perfect streak going, Dave. Now you have to add a word every time. So you've gone 3. The next time, a minimum 4 words, please. What was that on the right? He's given a pin. I don't think did they even try then? Or was it a lay down? I don't know. It was weird. Huh. All right. So we're about to get a start on I'm going to look at the left of screen for this one. They're in the straps. The referee gentleman has been using a very fast flash top roll. Looks like a top roll coming for the man with the glasses as well. It's just going to be a battle of height. The man with the referee shirt being the shorter gentleman is going to be at a disadvantage here. We're about to get the start. There it is. He goes for that hit, but he gets caught, turned in, and then driven hard to the pin pad. So it looks like he's an explosive type puller. Unable to get through on that round. Drew says, I refuse to comment in this chat. All right, Drew, I won't read your comment. Marcus Thompson says, Chesterfield Bad Boys, I think. Club is in orange. Chesterfield Bad Boys. There we go. On the right of screen, we did see the gentleman who won that match, Ruben. He was the winner of the right hand. So he is looking to make his mark on the left as well. Looking very serious, very confident. All right, let's watch the one on the left. It's more than likely going to be a slip. I think they're both going to top roll. No, he manages to hold on to him, get through for the pin there. All right. Now we've got the referee versus Ruben Hughes, I think it was. So let's see how this plays out. Not giving an inch on his wrist position, Ruben. You can see, I wish I knew the other guy's name, but he is out of position. His hand is not comfortable. His hand is sliding down Ruben's hand. You can see that. He wasn't happy with that start, able to get things set up again. Veteran move there. You see Ruben did not want to move his hand at all. He had a very, very good grip. He's going with a low hand top roll. You see how his wrist is kicked like this as opposed to being up like this. He's here. So he's happy to get into that position and just drive to the side. Yeah. He's in a low position. The referee gentleman is not happy with it. He's going higher there. He's in a better spot now. He's still underneath. He's not in a happy position. You can see that. Ruben is very happy. He's just not saying a word. He just wants the referee to say go. He's getting told something from the referee. Maybe he needed to compromise his cup and his wrist, and he wasn't doing that. So having some difficulty getting them started. I think that's because Ruben is getting the exact grip that he wants, and he doesn't want to have to give it up. And the opponent there can feel that he's out of position. He needs to go high with his hand. He knows it. He's trying to get the proper referee, the match referee, to close his hand high on Ruben. Yeah, so you can say that. You can see he's saying now. I think he's saying Ruben's closing over his knuckle. So he's going to have to climb really high here. He's not closing his hand. Now the referee's closing him. He's ready. He's still underneath. He's not in a good spot. Ruben's ready to go. Oh, wow. 3 times. I don't know what happens here. Is that a foul? Is that a warning? Interesting drama going on here. 3 setups. Oh, is that a foul? Is that the match is lost? Wow. There we go. I think he got a foul for not straightening his wrist. And then in that final setup, he must have gotten another foul, maybe for closing over the thumb knuckles and refusing to move down. Interesting. Here we go. All right, Josh Davies up now. He is on 7 wins, I think. Thank you, Marcus, for finally telling me the name of the referee. Dan Harlan. Thank you. All right, we got Dan Earthquake and Dan Harlan. So Dan Harlan on the right of screen against Josh Mini Tank Davies. Is it Mini Tank or Thick Skin? It's one of those. No, Mini Tank, I think, is the one he goes by now. Marcus says RVJ versus Sandras today. Montana Armbenders, I believe. But I've seen no promotion. Interesting. As we said on the 98% show last night, it depends on which version of RVJ shows up. Sometimes the man is unstoppable. Sometimes he doesn't seem to rise to his potential. So we've got Dan Harlan and Josh Davies on the right of screen here. Josh with 7 wins. He has only been slowed down at one point, and that was by Scott James. All right. Josh Davies about to start. Wow, what happened there? Was there a miscommunication? Was that a pin? Referee looked like he stepped back and said go. I think that should probably be a pin for Dan. No? What's going on there? See, I put the sound on if they've turned the music off.
Are you ready now?
I know he's ready now.
I'm ready now.
It's too late now.
That was good. That was fucking horrible. Oh,
great. Okay, cool. We can have the music. Oh, sorry, the audio one. There's no music in the background. So Dan and Josh about to get the start. There we go. Wow, good hit from Dan. You can see that put the pain on Josh to have to stop that. Pain in the humerus, but he managed just to roll through, get the pin.
Well done, man. You're still off. I'm off, he's off.
If my elbow didn't come off, they would have pinned me.
It did hit the part,
Yeah,
but you'd come off.
and then hit the
I was just trying to.
I think they both got microphones on.
Try to cheat.
Yeah. So 8 wins I've got as a count for Josh Davies. Although he felt the pain on that last one, that catching that press or that hit from Dan.
No.
He looks a little ginger going. Oh God, that really works both ways there.
Can't keep my clutch foot out.
Oh, and a wince of pain from Josh. I hope he hasn't injured himself. Oh, I hope that hit from Dan Harlan hasn't put his arm in jeopardy here. We'll have to see how this plays out. Catching a side pressure hit like that at speed, it could really hurt your humerus and your bicep. It looks like he's massaging the bicep there. Oh, he's not happy. I think he's at 8 wins. If he gets 2 more, he'll get a rest and a break. You see, he constantly keeps grabbing that bicep. He's definitely in pain. He's getting a setup and a strap here, and I think from memory, the opponent probably won't be able to give him too much of a match. So he should be able to roll through fairly comfortably here for his 9th win. And then if he gets another opponent that he can roll through fairly comfortably, he'll get a break and be able to recover that bicep. And here we go. Oh, you can see it's really troubling him. His hand and wrist is okay, but his bicep is the thing that's compromised. He's taking it nice and slow. He's controlling. You can see he's too strong for the opponent there, but he's being careful about how he goes through this. There we go. Yeah. So all you can see is he's really hurt himself here. I hope he hasn't damaged anything. He is scheduled to go on March 21st to the United States to compete on the Winter Blast UK versus USA event. 8 wins I've got him down at. Dan Harlan, it's all your fault if you can't compete. Natty tournament, still Sylvester Stallone. Possibly, I don't know. I'm not sure if they have.
Well, there's no way you were letting me in hook.
It's interesting. We've got the microphone still on Dan Harlan talking about the match with Josh. Oh, we've got a flop wrist press. Oh, he slapped himself in the face there. See that on the slip? Hand came up, slapped himself in the face. Marcus Thompson says, Josh... Oh, apparently Josh has 10 wins already. No, 8 wins? I think Josh is at 10. That's what they were saying, and Dan might be at 8. I might have missed a couple of Josh's if he was on the left of screen, or if they went live after that already started. Wow, easy win there. Josh Davies versus Bob Brown, right hand for the Independence Cup, March 21st at Philadelphia. Which casino was it? Something Forge. It's on ArmGods.com. If you check that out, you can see all the details there. 98% arm wrestling will be there too.
I managed to talk Ruben out of it. I didn't pull him, so I just...
Yep. Nice hook there. Good shoulder commitment.
No, I didn't beat him. I made him beat himself. I made him foul.
I wonder if these guys know they're still wearing a microphone. Yes, that is USP, which is natty. They must have drug testing in place. Montana Armbender live stream in 4 hours. Fantastic. So we've got RBJ and who was he against? Sandris? Yeah, Sandris. RBJ and Sandris. That'll be good. Looking forward to that for sure. Valley Forge. Thank you, Marcus. Valley Forge Casino. Interesting hat choice for the man on the right there. Starring James Brown. Yeah, that guy looked pretty good. He was better than I thought it was going to be. He really does do a good show. All right, I'm watching the match on the right of screen here. We're getting in the strap.
Come on, Minder. Don't panic, Minder. Connection. Don't go before your hand. Control.
All right, we're about to get the start here. Got a press coming in, or a hook press coming in from the man on the left. It's going to be a hook press.
Up, lad.
There it is. He lost the hand though, but he's got good position. They're stuck in the center, and now it's a hook. It's a hook war. Rotation good for the man on the right, but unfortunately he gets an elbow foul. They're going to restart it. All right, I'm going to get a restart here. All right, here we go. Looks like they're going to go into the inside battle again. There it is. He gets the press, hook press, and he's on top. He's in a really good position. Man on the right needs to use his rotation to be able to get out of this position. What was that, a foul? Oh, was that a push off the back? Oh, controversial. I think he pushed him off the back there. Oh, I don't want to say for sure, but just how it looked.
He's strong. Get his hand.
Wow. Good match, good match. Valley Forge, Mr. Peanut says. Seems the colonies need their attitude adjusted again.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Sylvester Stallone, Matt, you better put on a cup of coffee.
We need to move across, that's all.
Well, it is 3 a.m. here.
He was very
3 a.m.
tight to his
Saturday.
shoulder. He was nearly touching his
Got
shoulder,
the
you know what I mean?
female arm wrestler on the left of screen. She's doing a good job. Her technique is very good. I think that if she was against people of her same gender, she would have done very, very nicely. Unfortunately, as we said before, a lot of the time you get one or two girls that arrive that want to compete. You can't put a division together with one person. So you say, we'd love you to compete, but the only option we've got is for you to compete with the guys. All right, guys on the left of screen I am watching at the moment. Big back pressure hit. Unfortunately, hand and wrist not able to catch that lightning fast hit from his opponent there.
It's like someone's going like that with a knife right
This
down
should
the
be a
leg.
good match on the left of screen. We've got Scott. God, I keep forgetting his name, sorry. Scott something. Scott Hughes, I think. Good win there. Scott James, sorry. Scott James.
Sorry,
All right, we're about to get a start on the right of screen with the strap.
certain angles here, whack.
I don't know why, man. I'd never have it, right? I haven't had him left for years, other than the last 6 months. Ever since I had 6 months break.
Just watching the match on the left of screen. Scott James easily cruising through that one. He must be getting close to the 10 wins.
I probably won't get there. There's too many people up in there.
This should be an interesting match, actually.
And nobody to stop him, do you know what I mean?
We've got a long time, so
Gone inside, he's working hard, but he gets the pin, or is it an elbow foul? It's an elbow foul to restart. Did win the center,
I hope I don't.
but it looks like Scott James is very good at coming back from that position, right there. Turns him inside, gets the stop, rolls through to the pin pad. Got the match on the right of screen. He's keeping his pronation, which is keeping him alive here, and manages to turn it around. Wow. And the side pressure hit gets him through. Very nice job.
Oh, holy hell.
Scott James on the left of screen again. He's gone inside. He's going to have to work hard now. I think he was taking it a little bit too casual to start with. He's going to get pinned here. He's lost his hand. He's a long way away from his... Well, he manages to get the slip. I think he's going to have to hit a lot harder on the center to be able to contain this opponent. Watch the match on the right while they're getting the strap applied.
2 more, yeah? See if I get a chance.
Both gone with a top roll position, and they've ended up with a slip.
Oh, I'm out getting it final anyway.
All right. Oh, play music again. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. We've got Scott James able to roll through again. He must be getting close to his 10 wins. He's looking a bit tired. This is the left. They've already done the right. He was in the finals for the right as well. So he's had many, many matches today. All right. Match on the right of screen. In the strap. Low hand top roll coming. Can't quite contain. Oh. Gets put down. Yeah, side pressure not powerful enough for that low hand top roll position. One of the things with that low hand position, if you're committing instead of being up here and you're committing down here, it does prevent both of you from being able to get a good cup position, but it really relies on your ability to hit sideways and get that motion happening. If you're very, very strong in that position, then low hand top rolling is usually what will work well for you. But if you are not able to hit hard sideways or your opponent is stronger there, then you're going to get turned over and pinned, which is what we saw just happen. All right. We're looking at here. Man with the referee shirt is a fast flash pin top roller. But if he doesn't get the pin off the start, I don't think I've seen him win a match. There it is. Fast flash pin with the top roll. He either gets it or he doesn't. He either gets it and wins or he doesn't get it and he loses. Good win for him. It's one of those advantages of being explosive is you can get deep into a tournament or deep into this sort of event and be relatively fresh going into the later rounds, because if you can get through somebody in half a second versus having wars with everybody, you're more than likely going to be fresh for the finals. And here we go again. You can see that kicked forwards wrist position, high hand, closing down, ready to roll. He's got perfect hand position for what he needed to do. Fortunately, he wasn't able to get the hit through that he needed. And it looks like his game is built completely around explosivity. And if he doesn't get that initial first burst and win the center, I haven't seen him be able to be competitive in the other areas on the table. Well, he's jumping straight into a referee duty. All right, let's have a look at the girl on the left and see how she goes. She's been doing well with her technique throughout the day. Very impressed, and I'm loving the fact that the guys are allowing her to really run through her whole list of different moves and techniques, and letting her have an actual proper go in the match here. She's done quite well here. They're going to slip, I would say. Yep, going to go to the strap. Fantastic. Her technique is very, very good. I'm very impressed with the way that she's pulling, and was able to get through with a slip there. Great to see her match up against some other women at the event. Obviously, they've thrown her in with the guys here. They mustn't have had enough female entries to have its own class. But I love the fact that she's jumping in and having a go anyway. Dan Hanlon's wife, Rachel. Well, that's probably explains the technique that she has there. And yeah, she can tell that she's very experienced on the table. So she managed to get to the straps. We'll see how she goes here. Looking at a very high-handed position. They're going to take their own grip. She's got a good position here. Opponent is lower than her, and now he's moved his hand up. Okay, the referee's closing them. I think he has a slight height advantage here. Yep, and he takes that and uses it to all his advantage and rolls straight through for the pin. It's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice your opponent has all of a sudden a height position over you and they are a top roller, you need to do something about it immediately because now they have the height and leverage over you. What I mean by that is when you're getting gripped up and then all of a sudden they suddenly get above you like this and you're now closed like that, it's like, oh, that is not good for you. So ideally, you're going to get a fair grip like this. If they're kicked forwards with their wrist, they're going to be high. See how my hand is higher than my other one? The other one's beneath it. This hand has a huge advantage there. If it was even, try to line that up so it's even. It's about even there. And then you can re-grip your hand higher. See there? So even though it was even, now I've moved my fingers up and I have a height advantage position over that person just with the finger movement. Mr. Peanut says table time. Each player has completed 10 rounds. Total time of each round. And the clock starts go, stop, fouls, pins. What's the average pin time? Average round does player win 90% if time under 10 seconds. If you're asking about this tournament, I'm not familiar with all of the rules, but from what I gather is first to 10 pins. They continue until they get 5 people who reach 10 pins. They have a break. Then they start those 5 people in the finals, and it's first to 5 pins out of those people. All right, let's have a look at the match on the left of screen. Top roll position. You can see the way he's leaning back. He's going to be utilizing back pressure. One thing I have noticed with this gentleman is that he does tend to lose the center. I think that he's compromising with that lean back. I'd like to see him sort of get a little bit closer to his hand with his shoulder to be able to utilize more leverage so that he's here when he goes back as opposed to here and going back. Because what's happening is when he starts here, his body leans, his hand goes like this. If you just notice that. He's here. They say go. He leans back with his back. His hand dips, and look where he is now. Very horizontal. Great if you want to hook. If you want to turn in this way and hook. Terrible if you're trying to top roll, because now you've got to lift all the way through with that angle of leverage, as opposed to starting close like this. When you lean back, your arm and hand should come with you. And even if you lose it, you're going to get pulled to there as opposed to there. So you can see Scott on the right of screen there, able to keep his hand nice and close on that start. He wanted to turn in, which he did. Just that twist of the shoulder and then roll straight through for the pin. Erican says Matt install posing lights for the mandatory bicep pose. If you knew the amount of movement and effort and time to find the ideal lighting to get this. Look, if I take that light away, oh, it all disappears. Well, it's not as, you can still sort of see it. But have a look at that. Now we're talking. Oh, and I've screwed everything up here. Did you notice that? I kept the flex going. Even though the light was falling, I was like, no, I must keep this arm for flexing. It is not used to catch lights. All right. Let's put that back up there. Stay there. Don't you fall. Listen, find the perfect balance point. That's better. Yep. You've ruined my lighting setup now, Erican. There we go. Dramatic music. That would be good. Looks like Ruben is continuing his dominant ways on the right of screen there. He was able to win the right arm. Doesn't look very happy, though. Looks very serious. No smiles from Ruben. He did get a loss due to referees' instructions not being followed. And they get a slip. No smiles from Ruben. He's all seriousness right here. Mr. Peanut says, no, just example of time clock. Only measurable data. Besides win-loss records, example, Matt beats me 3-0. Average round was 10 seconds and beats Dave 3-0. Each round 30 minutes, match 10-30, both 3-0. Yeah. I think that's just adding in the stats on sort of like baseball, you know, how often somebody hits to first, how often they bunt, how often they strike out, you know. So it's all those little things. You're trying to paint a better picture or understanding as to how somebody wins their matches as opposed to just the final score. All right. Look at the left of screen here while this match is just about to start. Oh, getting movement in the grip. Oh, he wants to go inside. You can see that. He's taking that inside grip. I think both of them are happy to go there. Regripping over and over. Referee now taking control of the hands. Oh, he's gone with a hit, but he's been caught. He's able to roll through. Good catch to start with the bicep. Unfortunately, unable to turn things around for himself. We've got a strap being applied on Ruben's table. No smiles allowed from Ruben. Somebody is watching, making sure he doesn't smile at all. Keeps looking over to them in the crowd. They've got a big sign that says, it's just a picture of a person smiling with an X through it. Oh, look at the shoulder commitment on the man on the left there. That's what I'm talking about. Very, very close. Although he's got to go inside. I think he's the gentleman that does that hook press style start. Yep, there it is. Very nice. Good downwards pressure and then turns it into a drag to finish. All right. Here we go. About to get the start with Ruben on the right of screen. Somebody walks in front of the camera perfectly to make me miss the match. Couldn't have timed that walk in front of the camera better. All right. But it looked like Ruben won. Fairly comfortable for me. All right. Left of screen. Look at that commitment with the shoulder there. Unfortunately, didn't get the center, but he's able to catch. He's on his bicep. He's holding strong. James Wall's head right in the way. I don't know what happened there. I think it was an elbow foul. Ruben gets the win on the right of screen very comfortably and quickly. He'd have to be close to the 10-pin win. I think Josh Davies already there, already in the finals. All right. Shoulder commitment on the man on the right of screen. He's going with that downwards pressure. It's almost a press, but it's in a hook position. Shoulder is gone. His hand has remained. James Wall's head does its job of preventing me from seeing the match. Sorry, James. That's 2 in a row. Ruben making sure that he doesn't smile. Waiting for his next victim. No, don't smile, Ruben. No smiling allowed. Yeah, you get the handshake. All right, he's going against Mindaugas, I believe his name was. The man with the hat. We've got Dan Harlan on the left of screen. Out of position, but doesn't matter. He gets through anyway. Great top roll, good strength. All right, Ruben and Mindaugas. I believe that's his name. Apologies if it's not. Not strong enough. Looks like Ruben's carrying himself through to the finals quite comfortably. Josh Davies also potentially having a bicep injury, which might affect him in the finals as well. We've got the blacked out ink on the arm of the man on the left of screen here. Is that Dan Harlan he's going against? I believe so. There's two referees that look very similar, and I'm pretty sure that's Dan Harlan. It is. He gets a very nice, almost a flash pin, wins the center, and then drives through very quickly. Yagia says, thank you very much. Oh, or is this a joke? That's Mindaga's tendonitis? No, surely not. It's vastus intermedialis. That's who it is, Lagia. Obviously. It's iliotibial. Another dominant victory for Ruben. I think he's going to cruise through to the finals here, if he's not already. Let's see if they turn the music off.
They were calling me out then with Ruben. He's got it in for me. I've no wonder, because I...
Go easy on me.
No, I did cheat him out of it.
Oh. Dan forgetting he's got the microphone on, admitting to cheating. So we need 5 people to make it through to the 10 wins. I'd say Josh is there already. Oh, it's going to be a slip, yep.
Oh, my God.
Oh, very nice. Good hook win for the man on the right of screen there.
Victor Coonan is the next person. We need Mark Pete to stand by.
So I should have a medal.
I'm just going to grab a drink, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in a sec. I'll put that full screen for you while I do that.
Scott James.
Oh, that's me.
It's
There we
you
go.
against all the Welsh.
Wait 1 sec.
So Jackal gets the pin there. Mark Pete is his opponent. Next. Rachel Hanlon stand by.
Let's see it now, Mark.
Rachel Hanlon's on against Jackal, and we've got Keith Taylor standing by. Keith Taylor's next.
Go, Rich. Chris.
Colby takes that pin. Then Colby just wants one more.
Rich.
Keith Taylor is the man that's standing in his way. If Dean can get himself, if Dan can get this one, he's in the final. Ollie Gordon, stand by. You're against the next available person.
Fantastic show, by the way. Really good. Take that grip. You okay there? Let's rotate off. If you want to get there, get there. Off that wrist.
All right.
Go!
Oh, good timing.
Stop! Winner! Oh, good fight.
Ah, is that his 10th win? We've got another man into the final. Then Harlan's wife on the left of screen. Wow, she looks powerful. She's doing pretty well there.
My God.
It's Rachel Hanlon. Rachel Hanlon. Just getting the update from Dan Earthquake here. 9 pins for someone. Missed who it was.
Jack Orm's on 4, 5. He's got 5.
Who?
Somebody's on 9 pins. I've heard that. Mindorgus is on 7.
Josh is already in. Yep. Yep, so all to play for still. Okay, we need 2 new people on table 2.
Okay, so Dan Earthquake giving a bit of an update there. It sounds like somebody is on 9 pins. We've got Mindorgus on 7. Need to get to 10 pins to make through to the final. When you make it to the final, then you need to get 5 wins. All right. So the gentleman on the right of screen in the referee's shirt, we've seen him a few times. He has a very fast top roll, flashing top roll.
Nice.
But if he doesn't get his flash top roll, he tends to get pinned straight away. So he's sort of an all.
Just a touch. Ready, go!
There it is. Able to get through and gets pinned. Well, I guess there are no rules in arm wrestling, actually. None at all. Cheating. The rules are more guidelines, really, than actual rules. All right, what do we want to watch? One on the left. I'm going to watch the match on the left.
Center's good. Just rotate with me.
Oh,
More.
a bit of a battle going on here. Both stuck in the center. Both trying to top roll.
Ready, go!
Good pronation, keeping the man on the right of the screen alive here. Oh, it's an elbow foul. Ah. Good battle, though. Both guys going for the top roll, and they're fairly evenly matched here. The pronation position, the man on the left.
Shoulder on.
This position was able to keep him in the match. If he'd been turned over, he would have lost. Oh, just like that. Got turned over. Was it a pin? No. It's a foul, a running foul maybe? That was a pin. Saw the referee's arm go up. Was it a foul or not? What's he saying? Or is it a pin? It was a pin, okay. Did put his arm up, but put it down again.
Want to see that knuckle there. That's it. Okay, that's good. Shoulder's good.
All right.
Bring that on, Joe.
Dan Harlan refereeing on the right of screen.
Go!
I say Harlan, no, it's Hanlon. Good top roll win there for the man with the grey sweatpants. All right, match on the left of screen about to start. Carved position heavily on the man on the right there. It's a foul for an early start on the man on the left. He is out of position in that setup. Look at the kicked wrist of the man on that side. Yeah, good decision. Get out of that. You're in a bad setup.
Wrist off. Off that.
Guys on the right.
Wrist. Ready, go!
Wow, rolling through comfortably. Hand and wrist too strong. Is that him? Has he got 10 wins? Is that what he's saying? All right, he's in the final. So I think that's 3 people in the finals now. I think it's 5 that make it through. Playoffs, not finals, playoffs. Oh, yeah, see the position he was out of. Oh, what? It's a foul? Come on, man. I thought it was a loss. Losing and deliberately slipping? Surely that's a loss. Oh, come on. What's that? 2 fouls? Yeah? It is. Is it? Yeah, I love that. Yay.
Good call, ref.
I agree with that. Does everyone else?
It's a good call. Hold up.
It's always weird when the viewership just jumps up or down dramatically in 1 second. 5 people left all at once. They've all just gone nah, all at the same time.
Mate, I'm terrible.
We don't want to see people slip and get called for it.
Yeah, but I don't think
James Ball taking the shirt off.
back
Is he going to be competing? I don't think so. He'd be too dominant for these guys, I would say.
Ruben.
All right, have we got the finals? I think we're getting geared up for the finals. Yeah, we have. Okay, confirmation from the referee there. So the final 5.
Progressively worse now. It's like
Turn Dan down while there's nothing really going on here.
get rest now.
All right, we don't need to be competing against Dan. Yeah, so it looks like the final 5 have been decided, and they'll be coming up for the finals in a few minutes. Red Cap Man, good to see you. What's up, Hollywood? We are watching the PAA event, which is run by Dan Earthquake and being streamed on the ArmGods channel. And they have thankfully given me permission to be able to rebroadcast it here so we can do some commentary, as there was no commentator available on the day at the event, although Dan Hanlon has got a microphone on. That's who you would hear in the background if I put the sound back on.
Just drive like Colin McRae.
There you go. He's not aware that he is wearing a microphone, though. He's talking. we don't want to hear something we don't want him not to know that we heard it. I hope he remembers to take it off if he does go to the bathroom. That would be interesting if that happened. Mr. Pino, I did miss your second half of your statistical analysis to engage fans for announcers' world's fastest sport instead of dead air time, waiting for go, a countdown like the traffic light countdown, like drag racing. Keep fans engaged, watching clock. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are being tried and tested in arm wrestling at the moment, which is really cool to see, and that's exactly what we're watching right now, a different format of matches. So with these Warzone events, it is a first to 10 pins gets you into the final. In the final, there are 5 competitors, and it is first to 5 pins. So it is an endurance style event, but you get to see a lot of matches and a lot of people go against each other. And sometimes you'll see people getting beaten by people they wouldn't normally lose to, but because they've had so many matches in a row and they're exhausted, the other person that may be beneath them in terms of skill and ability can actually get a victory. So it does add a lot of elements to the equation. In the finals so far, the 2 men to keep the eye on is Ruben Hughes and Josh Davies, who have made it through to the finals. Josh, although he did seem to sustain some kind of bicep injury in a match against Dan Hanlon here, it looked like Dan went very hard sideways with a press, changed to a top roll. Josh was able to contain both of those movements, but it did something to his bicep. He managed to roll through, get the pin, but for the rest of the time he was on the stage, he was rubbing that arm. And I'm hoping that he hasn't done any injury to himself. He is going to be featured on the ArmGods event at the Valley Forge Casino on March the 21st in the United States as part of the US versus UK event. So let's hope that he is okay for that with his matchup against Bob Brown. I'm not sure if that's right or left. I'm going to see if I can find that out, actually. ArmGods.com. I wonder if they've got that listed as to which arm he is supposed to be competing on. I think it's probably going to be the right, but I'm hoping that it is. Actually, I'm hoping it is the right arm, because then we won't have to worry about whether or not he is injured. All right, match cards. Let's have a look here. Independence Cup. The arm's got ArmGods. see there, and there's all the details. So 21st of March, if you're a VIP, the doors are open at 5 o'clock. If you're one of the scumbags who didn't buy the VIP tickets, we might let you in at 5:30, we might not. Depends, maybe you just won't get in at all. Maybe you should have spent some more money and got a VIP ticket. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 21st of March, Valley Forge Casino Resort. And the next day at the same place, 98% Winter Blast Tournament, 22nd of March, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 98% Arm Wrestling with Ryan Grondin is who you want to go see, or message to find out details as to how to enter the tournament, what the weight classes and everything are. But this is going to be worth the price of admission right here. This is some seriously heavy hitters coming over from the UK to take on some American legends in arm wrestling. We've got so many good pullers in there. Even just seeing RBJ, Jody Williams, Corey West, Jason Mallow, Bob Brown. We've got Paul Passmore. We've got this Paul Cruz. There's so many good pullers in this American crew, and then obviously we've got Craig Sanders and Josh Davis, who we've been seeing on the screen. We've got Connor Sale. We've got James Wall, Mindorgus. We've got Bogdan Stoiker. There's Lee Weber. There's some very, very big names from the UK scene that are heading over to compete against the Americans. So we're very excited to see that. It's all right arm except for Jody versus James Beach. Well, that makes it a lot easier to understand. Thank you, Marcus. I keep checking on the stream there, but they're still on their break between the finals and coming forwards. So between the qualifying, and then they're just in the break now. The finals will be coming up soon. So it'll be 5 people competing on the left arm, and it'll be first to get 5 pins. Regardless as to how long it takes, the first person to get 5 pins will be named the winner. Just see if this is the first round of this, or if this is a super match between these two gentlemen. I think it is just a super match here. I don't think these two guys did make the final. I don't remember seeing them get 10 wins, so I think this is just a match between the two of them. Right. Okay, no, it is the final, so that must have been the first round. So these must be the other 3 that made it through, as well as Josh. Is it Davies or Davis? I don't know which one to say now. I've seen it written both ways. I'm going to go with the poster and say Davis. And Ruben Hughes as well. No smiling Ruben Hughes. All business. All right, here we go. We're about to get a start. Both guys are fairly even in their positioning. Let's go on in the center. Pronation looks to be more dominant on the man on the right, and he gets the pin. Thought it was going to be called a slip, but no, he manages to break the horizontal line before the slip happened. Well done.
We need a rematch because both Ben and Mark have got the same amount of pins.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure what they're doing at the moment. I'll try to pick it up.
This match decides the gods.
This match decides the something. As I know, you will know. All right. Yeah, definitely stronger pronation for the man on the left of screen. A big bicep hold from the guy on the right. Unfortunately, not able to contain it. I'm having fun. I hope you are having fun too. If you are, please hit the like button. That would really help. If you haven't subscribed, that would be amazing if you can. It does help me a lot. Very much appreciated. As I said, I would have been watching this by myself regardless. But it is always more fun to be able to watch with arm wrestling community. Oh, that's great. Paul rang. He said he will pay for a hotel and free cuddles. No tongues if you commentate. Well, what if I wanted the cuddles and the... Oh, no, I do get free cuddles. How about a little bit of tongue? It's great. I'd love to. I'd love to do it. Incredible matches. I'm excited about seeing Connor Sale as well. I think that man is an entertainment machine. The fun thing for me with Craig Sanders, and let me bring him up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It is, so we can zoom right in on him for you guys. Let's get right in. I'm getting closer. He's going to get pixelated. Oh, that's as far as I can get. He's the man right in the center of the screen with the smile there, just beneath Josh Davis. That man had the most satisfied look I've ever seen on a person. We were at the pub after the event for ArmGods Valhalla. He was doing this trick where you have a pint of Guinness, a standard pint of Guinness, and I'll use this Pepsi bottle for example. So the idea is, the game is, you get handed a fresh pint of Guinness or whatever it is, beer. You've got to drink down. So you take one sip and you've got to line up your sip so that when the alcohol settles, it's got the word Guinness written on it, and you've got to, I think it's the U. You've got to break the U with your level that you've brought the drink down to. Craig was doing this perfectly. This is really tricky. Like, if you got to drink a certain amount, you don't know whether you've got like 1 second, 2 seconds, and you put it down and the line is just a little bit too high or it's just a little bit too low. You've missed the U. Craig hit it every single time without fail. I saw him get it at least 8 times in a row. And one of them, he drank it and it looked like he'd stuffed it. It looked like he'd stuffed this one. He puts it down, and whoever, the group of us that were watching, like, you've ruined your streak, you've lost it, you haven't got this one. And he was like, just wait for it to settle. Just wait for it to settle. And everyone's cheering that he missed it. He's like, no, just hang on. And then as the bubbles and everything sort of came down, the level was perfectly in the middle of the U, and the fucking look on this man's face. I've never seen anything like it in my life or since. Just the satisfied, just that, like, yep. Because everyone around is like celebrating that he'd missed it. He's like, no. And then when they realized that he'd broken that U, my God, I remember looking at, I've never seen a more satisfied, like, I can't even do it justice. It's so good. Every time his name gets mentioned, that is the only thing that I think about. All right. I'm not sure exactly what's happening with this, if this is the finals or not, or if they're just, I think they're obviously messing around because there's no referees here. All right. There must have been a couple of super matches that they'd organized or something. I'm just going to mute that while we're waiting. But yeah, that look. If anyone was there that's watching, they would know what I mean, because that was, yeah. Connor Sale was there. His elbow wasn't. His elbow skin was still sitting on the table back at the in the ArmGods room. He was missing all skin from this whole part of his elbow. Well, I'm not exaggerating either. It was the whole thing was just red raw from his insane match with Matt Smith. Let's bring that up. We'll see if we can bring that up while we're waiting for the ArmGods stuff to come back on again. Connor Sale. Let's see if it's online first. Connor Sale versus Matt Smith. We've got some. Oh, I have to put ArmGods in there. Let's come up with Doctor Who stuff for some reason. ArmGods. All right, let's see how that goes. There we go. That's the one we wanted. All right. So we got Matt Smith. We get the fireworks. Yep, there it is. Very ominous lighting.
Hey guys. Connor Sale, Scotland. Matt Smith, my opponent. He's weak as fuck. I'm gonna smack him. That's about it.
That's great. I haven't seen that before. That's funny. What do we think of these entrances for ArmGods here?
Maybe a future legend of arm wrestling. Your Commonwealth champion, Connor Sale. And a 75-kilo match. Best of 7, first to 4. Yeah, Kane. One word for this match, Kane. Connor Sale defending his title. These two. Matt Smith is ultra confident. He thinks it's a walk in the park. Connor Sale thinks it's a walk in the park. This match is made for ArmGods. Tell you what, Connor Sale's looking like a different animal.
I'm really excited just watching this back. I can't remember where I was standing for this. I think I was behind where Connor is right now. Yeah, like probably just out of frame there. I'm still waiting for the Warzone to come back on, but we'll watch this while we're waiting. So if you haven't seen this, you're in for a treat. This is one of the best matches I've seen.
This is where the action needs to be. 300 plus here at the Voice Center.
You see both guys want to go inside. Shoulders are very tight. Not a lot of movement from Matt there. He's happy with his position. See, they're instantly going to go inside. Ooh, got an early start there from Connor. He is trying to time the start perfectly. You see him watching Dan's mouth. They're inside. They're in a hook. He's on his bicep, but he keeps his pronation. Supination. They are stuck together in the center of the table in an absolute war. Both guys holding strong. An attack from Connor. He gets his shoulder nice and tight behind. Matt hits hard. They're both using a whole ton of energy here. Connor dragging tight. He's trying to use that rotation. See how he gets his shoulder behind? He can rest while he's doing that and add his body weight. Matt recognizing that, pulling him out of position, hitting hard. Connor hitting back. They're both stuck in the center again. Shoulder behind. He's trying to press. Matt's pulling him out of position every time. He's getting that shoulder in. It's being a war back and forth. It is an absolute mess of a match here. Connor still bringing that shoulder in, and he pushes down and gets the win for the first round. What an absolute war. Wow. I love the fact that they didn't stop it for the multiple small elbow fouls that Marcus says I got in 10 pints in this match. Oh, Marcus, you were sick that night. I remember you were still not well. Like from a flu or something. What an absolute war that first round was. Now, was that what do you think? First round. I mean, have you seen a better start to a match than that? What a war. What an absolute freaking war. Woo. There's no wonder why Connor Sale throws up halfway through this match. Yes, I was right. Alright, second round. Looks like they're both going inside again.
Matt's going to come in, try and take him in that hook. Get him to the big side. Mexican standoff here in the middle of the
All right, here we go. Back into the hook position again. Matt Smith is the one who's getting his shoulder behind now. He is forcing Connor to work on his bicep. Connor needs to get his shoulder closer or he's going to be out of position. He's calling it for an elbow foul. It's not called. Matt now hitting hard over and over repetitively. He's given up on the shoulder, but now he brings it back in cleverly. Connor is also bringing his shoulder back through, but his hand is out of alignment with his own shoulder. He's trying to get it behind now. Matt is in a better position. He's able to use his body weight and lean his weight onto Connor's arm. Connor holding strong with his bicep, manages to get his shoulder behind again to get a rest, but he's pulled out of position. He can't turn any further, and he gets pinned by Matt Smith right there in the center of the table. Great win, great adjustment from Matt Smith there. You can see, God, that's exactly what the Aussie arm wrestler Jake Ward said at the same time as I did. The adjustment that Matt Smith was able to make there, if you did notice, and hopefully you guys did, that he brought his shoulder around, and that was the difference between the first round and the second. He was able to keep Connor from getting his shoulder into position. Every time Connor got his shoulder where he wanted it, Matt was busting him out of that spot and able to get his own shoulder in. This is a battle of hook presses right here, and it is a very good lesson for anybody who is watching this for the first time and is unsure of how to apply pressure with their hook. You can add your shoulder behind your hand, and it's that rotation as well as your body weight that is getting people through. Matt Smith looking very serious there. Connor taking all of the time in between rounds. He's getting up heavily. He's out of breath. His arm looks jacked at that point. He is taking deep breaths on the table. He is getting exhausted. Big, long rounds. You see Matt Smith very serious. Not a lot of character in terms of showing a lot of emotion. He is all business right here. Connor, you can see he's wanting that shoulder behind. He's itching to get that shoulder in the way. It's probably a little bit too close there. I wonder if the referee will change that. He's getting a thumbs up from the down ref. Shoulders come in. He's got it slightly in position. Every time he drives forward, so his shoulder comes out from behind it. He's okay there, but he can't offensively hit from that point. Matt is too strong in the wrist. So Connor is able to hold in a defensive position in that, but Matt's busting through that shoulder position, making him have to work, making his bicep work in that supinated bicep hold position. There he is. He gets his shoulder behind again. Connor trying to slip out. It's given as a pin for Matt Smith. He's up 2-1 here. Wow, great win for Matt Smith there. You can see the gamesmanship here and the adjustments that are being made. He recognized in that first round the reason he wasn't able to get the pin was because of Connor Sale's shoulder. And he's able to lean his shoulder into a position where he can rest and he can continue to hit with full force. He's recognized that's what Connor is doing. He is preventing Connor from being able to rest in that position. Every time Connor gets into that spot, Matt is busting him out of that position, making him have to work onto his bicep, trying to force himself back into that defensive position with his shoulder. But it looks like Matt's hand and wrist is stronger, and it is preventing Connor from being able to offensively hit with that shoulder position. He's got to sit in that position for defense and to get his energy back. He's almost in a conundrum here. He has to sit in with his shoulder to be able to defend, but it's not allowing him to be offensive enough to get through the hand and wrist of Matt Smith. So we're going to get a start to round number 4. It is first to 4 with this format. 75 kilo title on the line. Matt Smith up 2-1. Get the wrist lined up from the referee. There we go. Connor is in a much better position here. He's a lot deeper with his shoulder and he's up. He's not in a hook as much. He's more in a press, but he gets turned around into that same center position again. He doesn't want to be here. You can see it on his face, that look of resignation and annoyance. He's going to have to sit in that defensive position. His shoulder is further around this time. He is in a better spot. You can see that his own arm touching Matt's hand, not his shoulder, but his arm. But Matt able to drive him out of position. He's changing to pronation and he's actually getting a horizontal pin. But there was an elbow foul off the back on Matt Smith. A little bit of a smile on Matt's face. I think he knows that he is in control of this match at this point. He's able to understand the movements of what Connor is doing. Connor is calling for the timeout. This is the moment. He actually walked straight past me. Maybe I'm halfway through where he walks, and I was like, where is he going? What is happening here? Is this the moment, or is it further on in the match? So both athletes get a timeout of, I believe, is a minute that they can call at any point. Obviously not in the middle of the match, but in between getting a elbow foul or an elbow foul. Always use an N if you've got a vowel coming up afterwards. That is the law. The law, the rule. Look at that look of confidence on Matt Smith's face there. He knows what he needs to do to get through here. Especially getting that pronation at the end there. I am checking the Warzone stream. They haven't started yet. But I will abandon this to go back to the Warzone when it starts. But we're getting around 4 to restart. There's one elbow foul on Matt Smith. It was a better positioning for Connor Sale with his shoulder. He was able to get further behind his hand on that start. Really had to work hard, Matt Smith, to be able to get out of that position. He is able to bust Connor's hand out of alignment with his shoulder. That is why he's winning this match. It's all down to the shoulder positioning. There it is. Great start again from Connor. Unable to hold that position. He's had to go back to his usual hook spot. He's sitting in a position that he's probably not as comfortable with. He wants to get that shoulder behind. And there we go. Big hit from Matt Smith. And what was that? Was that an attempt at a slip or an elbow foul? Connor definitely wanted to get out of there for some reason. Maybe he felt that he was about to run out of energy and he did some really dodgy looking slip. I don't know if it was a slip or a foul. He's getting a talking to from the referee there. Dan Hanlon warning him for whatever that was. I guess it was a slip. So now they're getting the strap applied. Let's just skip forwards a little bit so we can get... All right, here we go. All right, we're about to get the start. Going to go inside. Connor's going to stick with that shoulder. You can see his shoulder right there, ready to go. Matt Smith knowing that's going to happen with that dip that he did there to get his arm more vertical again. Very clever work from Matt Smith. He's holding hard, but because of the height he's able to get with his forearm, he's not as much on his bicep and losing it a little bit there. He pulls Connor's hand past his shoulder again. He's going to contain that. He's got to get his own shoulder behind. But wow, was that a pin for Connor Sale? It is a pin. Wow, well done to Connor Sale. Able to get the pin there. I think that surprised Matt Smith. Connor jumping up what it looked like he was going to be going straight into his defensive shoulder position, but instead he jumped up and went straight downwards with downwards pressure for a pin. Great job. Let's watch that back, actually. So right here, you see Connor going for a very hard hit. Great body positioning, awesome shoulder. Look how close and his shoulder is to his hand there. Matt is holding hard with his bicep. He has a bit of room here with his elbow, so he can come forwards if he needs to. So he holds and contains. Connor gives it everything he has. He knows he's run out of energy. His hand is starting to separate. You can see his body's dropping further away from his hand there. And Matt moves forwards with that extra space that he had on the pin pad there. You can see he gets his arm more vertical and he grips higher around Connor's hand, bringing his own shoulder forwards. But right here, actually, I think we missed an elbow foul maybe, but not that it matters. But let's have a look here. See, as Connor comes up, oh yeah, he did actually. He popped off the side of the pad. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so he changes. He comes up and goes with a downwards pressure hit. Matt may have been looking at the elbow and thinking that it was going to be cold, and he may have relaxed his arm there. He might not have. I don't know. But let's have a look at that one more time, because I didn't notice that elbow foul the first time. Let's see what's happening here. All right, so he's going to get pushed past. He's going to go for that big hit. We're going to see Matt make the right adjustment here, but then Connor's going to come up right and goes for a press. Matt's talking something. He's not happy about something. Elbow foul, I think he was saying. Well, that's the way it goes. 2-2. All right. We will come back to that maybe. We'll change to the Warzone, which is just kicked back on again. We've got Josh Davis in a war here with Scott. Yeah, Josh looks like he's in pain there. Every time he has to engage his bicep. He's holding strong, but he's on the bicep. Probably exactly where he doesn't want to be. Oh, yeah, okay. Well done. Good match, good match. But yes, Josh was in pain there. You can see if he rubs his arm or not. No. great image from Marcus is sent through here. I'll put it up on the screen in a sec. All right, so we've got Scott and Ruben. All business, Ruben. Oh, elbow foul, but it looked like he was very, very dominant in that spot.
Shoulder. Just a little bit of wrist there. Just turn it out with me. Just turn with me. A little bit more. A little bit there.
Let's have a look here. Ruben is looking very dominant here. He able to get the pin on the Candyman of Scott.
Okay, so they swap sides. Ruben has now got 11 pins, the same as Scott, and Dan Colvin is up to take him on. And it's Dan Hanlon standing by.
Dan Hanlon in the finals as well here. So Ruben, from my count, hopefully I didn't miss any of the other matches, but he's at 1 win so far.
Come down off it. You've got yours. You've got yours there. Come down off it.
Hey, how are you? We are watching the PAA ArmGods event, Warzone event. We're in the finals. We're watching Ruben on the left of screen. It's first to 5 pins, and there he is on his second win. He's now going up against Dan Hanlon.
And he's getting the rematch he wanted. He's got Dan Hanlon. Jake Hatcher, stand by. You're against one of these killers when they finish with each other.
All right. Dan and Josh would probably be the biggest threats to Ruben in this 5-man final, I believe.
Centres over there. Bring your shoulder in, please. Shoulder. Just take that off a little bit there, Dan, please. Wrists are good. Do not move there. Ready, go!
Oh, good start from both men. Ruben able to get the positioning he needs with a stronger hand. Dan needs to get out of that position. He's lost his wrist. It's pronation that's keeping him alive. Oh, God, that's a lot of pressure on the wrist right there. Yeah, too much. Oh, almost fainting there, Dan. Yeah, that would have really hurt. Even if you've got pronation, if you've got a whole ton of pressure pushing down on that, it's right there. It really, really hurts. All right. Here we go. We've got, looks to be a lot of back pressure going to be coming from the man on the right of screen against Ruben here. Look at that. His hips are almost underneath the table. That's how much back pressure he is going to be engaging. Very, very committed shoulder carved position, and his elbow is right on the edge of the pad. Be surprised if he gets pulled off of that in elbow fouls.
A little bit of wrist room, please. Straighten it up. Do not move there. Ready, go!
Oh, okay. Wow, he got a win. That was the most awkward hug I've ever seen. It was I'm trying not to headbutt you, but I want to say well done, but I'm constantly going to headbutt you. All right, Dan Hanlon. So what have we got here? A press again coming in.
Centres this way to Dan. Centres this way. Take the load off. Take that load off.
Looks like he's firing up for that big flash.
Wrist. Wrist there. Wrist.
Press.
Wrist,
Press
Do
again.
not move there. Ready, go!
Oh no, he changes to a top roll. Very nice.
Just joined the pro division today. Welcome to the pro division.
Interesting.
Careful what you wish for.
Just relax and keep that down there, please. Webbing level. Yeah? Keep that down. Just keep that down there.
All right, we're about to get a strap restart here between Dan Hanlon and this gentleman. I'll find out his name hopefully in a second.
Okay for you? This side.
But great shoulder commitment here, and I like the fact that he's either going through with a press or a top roll, but you can't really tell. You can do either from that position. See how his elbow is tucked in nicely in line with his belly button. Critical to be able to engage your body weight.
I'm rotating it. Listen to me. Turn with me, yeah? Turn with me. Turn with me. Do not move there.
I wonder if he's going to top roll again here. He tries to, but he's been caught and contained, and it is an elbow foul. One elbow foul on Dan, I think.
I'm not close.
Take your grips.
Am I really close to edge, yeah? Okay.
Shot still okay?
Yes, that's
All right, I'm going to get a restart here.
Okay. Rotate it a little bit. Rotate a little bit. Bring that shoulder in, please. Do not move there. Ready, go!
Nice little hip shimmy from Dan before the match starts there. Too strong. Got the hand and wrist. Was able to contain the hit and rolled through for the pin. Now it's him versus Ruben. Ruben Hughes. All business Ruben Hughes. No nonsense. Saving all of his smiling for when he holds up the trophy.
Right, okay. Ruben, do you want high or low?
When who was it? Paul, I think, was refereeing one of my matches and went to strap and he said, "Do you want high or low?" I thought he meant hand position, and I said high, and he put the strap around really high. I was like, "Oh, I meant my hand."
You like that, Dan? Yeah, good.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Give him a little bit of knuckle there, Ruben, please. Yeah. Good there, yeah. Okay, let him bring his elbow down. Okay, bring his shoulders in, both men. Yeah. Just turn it just a little slightly. There, a bit of wrist there.
Need him to send it, that's all.
All right, Dan Hanlon, Ruben Hughes.
Do not move there. Ready, go!
Oh,
Stop.
LFL on someone.
Just have it loosened up. Yep.
Dan wanting the strap loosened.
Sounds even like this. Vice grips me.
Shoulder. Shoulder, Ruben. Yeah. Do not, little bit of wrist there. Do not move. Ready, go!
Oh, good hit from Dan. Caught by Ruben. I think he's going to be unstoppable in this division. Both right and left. The man looks too strong. Great hit from Dan. Able to be contained.
So Ruben has now got 14 pins. The only man standing between him and the championship win here is Josh Davis. Very few people in the country.
Josh Davis, the mini tank.
He members 1-2. Dan Hanlon's 1-2 lots. Ruben might be the next one.
His knuckle again. I can only see his thumb.
All right, mini tank Josh Davis taking on Ruben Hughes. No nonsense, Ruben Hughes.
Well, you've only got a small thumb, haven't you?
I'm not even trying to cover it either, like.
No.
Mad, isn't it?
Just rotate with me. Both men, listen to me. Just turn with me. Turn with me. Just a little bit of wrist there, Ruben. Do not move there. Ready, go! Whoa, stop.
Oh, we've got an LFL on Josh. I believe if Ruben wins this, he wins the event.
Turn again, just turn out with me. Turn out. Do not move
All right,
there.
here we go. Good start from Ruben. Josh able to contain with pronations, what's keeping him alive here. He's going to get out of there, I think. Ruben's got his thumb. Josh's whole hand is trying to claw his way out of there. Ruben has a grip on his thumb, and he lets it go.
That lift his elbow up there, that's second foul. Second foul. No, it's not, sorry, one apiece in it. Yeah, it's one apiece.
One each, one foul each for these gentlemen in this final of the Warzone here.
You lift your elbow. So that's, you're on a foul apiece, yeah.
Push me up.
I pushed it on.
Oh, well, Ruben breaking the smiling rule.
One apiece, right, okay. You don't want to end this on fouls, do you?
If he loses now, it'll be because he smiled.
Do not move there. Go!
Oh, he's got his thumb again. There it is. Gets the pin. There's a win for Ruben Hughes. Let's see. All smiles now. Come on, you're allowed to. You're the winner. Hey, well done. Well done to Ruben Hughes.
But we still got silver and bronze medals to fight for. So we've now got Scott James and Jake Hatcher carrying on with Dane Colvin standing by.
Scott James coming up to the table. and James Catcher, was it? All right. Should be a good match here. Both guys had some wars today. Scott James has had some of the best matches I've seen. What are we thinking here? Top roll or press for the gentleman on the right? I'm thinking press.
Shoulders are good, do not move there. Ready, go!
Yep.
Strap.
Go to the strap. He's got to wander around the stage first, make sure that the table is still there.
Something, open your hands. This side, are you going low?
Interesting nose wiping for Scott there. Like an evil villain in a movie. He was like, it's these things that I see. I don't know if you guys see these things. It's just me, but it's like, I don't know. Those little things I always find kind of funny. All right, we're about to get the start. End strap.
Grab the peg, mate. Okay.
He's gonna top roll, I think, this time. And on the right, yeah, scooting those hips underneath.
Ready, go!
Yep, top roll doesn't go anywhere though. His hand gets left behind.
Stop.
Elbow foul. Is that one each?
Oh, you happy with that strap?
Should stick with his press. He seems to have more success with it than his top roll.
You've got the buckle, you don't touch the strap, right? Okay, a little bit of wrist. Do not move there. Ready, go!
Oh, he's gone for the press, but he's lost his wrist. Yep, gets pinned. Ooh, might have hurt his hand.
Scott James gets the win. He swaps sides. And Dane Colvin is up next. Dane Colvin's up next. Come on, Dane.
Ah, it's the fun thing watching this event with all of you guys. As I said, I would be watching it regardless, and it's much more fun to watch it with everyone here than to watch it by myself.
A little bit of rotation, just bring that shoulder off, please.
So we've got Ruben is the winner on both right and left. Looking at the second place position, Scott James, there we go. Has he secured the second place position?
Scott gets another win. We're just going to scramble the order while Josh Davis witnesses. So against Scott next is Jake Hatcher.
Jake Hatcher is against Scott. There he is. Quickly to the table. We appreciate that.
Ruben's got 13 pins. Jake Hatcher's got 11. Josh has got 10. Ruben's got 15. He's the winner. Dane has got 10.
Okay, we're just finalising the second and third position here.
A little bit of wrist this side. Do not move there. Ready, go!
Oh, he's got a good speedy hit, but his just hand is not powerful enough to get through these heavier opponents that can contain it. I think he's doing much better with his press. He just stick with that. He's gone back into his top roll position. Oh, he's going to press this time. Yeah, there is.
Not move. Ready, go!
Yep, tries to press. Much better. See, gets the slip. Should stick with that press.
Bring that there, please. You want to keep them level for us, James?
4:30 in the morning here in Adelaide.
Do you want it low?
Yeah, pretty close.
Low this side. Low, yeah.
Right, we'll see if the press is implemented again in this as they get the strap applied.
Spit on his knuckle there, please. Down. rotate with me.
All right, he's going back to the top roll, I think. Or is he in the press? Oh, yeah, it was the top roll. Oh, and it doesn't work out. Should have stuck with the press.
That's another pin for Scott James. He only needs one more for the silver medal.
All right. Scott James on the right of screen is on 14 pins. If he gets one more, he will be the second place winner. Josh Davis, the mini tank, standing in the way.
You both low? Yeah. Well,
These guys have been competing for a few hours now, so probably getting towards the exhaustion point. I think they were 2 hours in when I started my commentary, and I've been going for almost 4 hours, so it's 6 hours of pulling on screen. Dave Anderson says it's 11:53 a.m. there on the 8th of February. Sorry, the date was backwards. I had to convert it in my head then. Oh, a good hit from Josh, but he doesn't move past center. Then locked in sort of a semi-hook, not fully committed on either side. It is top roll pronation coming from Josh Davis, but he gets turned fully into a hook position. Neither guy looking like they want a hook. Looks like both of them trying to use pronation here, unable to secure the position. Josh sitting in his spot. His pronation is very, very strong in that spot. He's able to contain what Scott's trying to do here. Scott getting his shoulder in behind his hand and hitting again with pronation, but Josh has got too much pronation there, unfortunately unable to stop the press from getting through. So the press for Scott able to push him through, get the victory. He gets the second place with 15 wins over Josh Davis. Well done. Matt, let's have a super match. This is Greg Brown. You said that last time, Greg. I'm happy to do it, but it just depends on where. And you got to remember, I'm not really that great. I'm all right, but I'm like an amateur. It'd be fun. I'll do it for fun.
Just rotate for me. Rotate.
All right, here we go. We've got Dan Hanlon. Oh, good pin there. He might be looking for the third place position. 12 pins. Great performance from Scott on the recovery. Absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get through once Josh got that pronation position locked in with his hand, and he was sitting. He likes to sit sort of, it's almost an open top roll, but not offensively. It's like defensively. He's like that. And he's really strong there. Must have a very, very good riser and good pronation, because he was able to contain when they were sort of sideways, semi in a hook. It went flat out like this. He was able to contain out in this position. But Scott making the adjustment and cutting off the ability for Josh to sit here. Josh coming around and pushing down on that riser with all of his body weight in a press position. Getting some arguing here from Josh about something he's not happy about. A bit of a laugh going on. Dan Earthquake is making an appearance. Yes, Warzone is all about endurance, absolutely. Oh, look at that. The containment from Dan Hanlon there. Josh able to scoot out the back.
Can't nominate now. No, you don't want it.
All right, we're getting the strap applied. We're not putting the strap on, we're applying the strap. There's an important distinction. Let's meet at the Shanghai China Open 2026. Wife and I are going there on vacation. Looks like their tournament is really nice. The Shanghai China Open. And if I can get there, we'll do it. It sounds like fun. China Open. Wow. Well, at least it's a year away, so I have a year to try to improve. All right, we're going to have this match here with Josh Davis and Dan Hanlon on the left arm. It is a Warzone event.
You're always over it. So.
All right, they're about to get started. They're in the straps.
One warning.
And he's on a foul. That's fine.
No, he's not. I didn't foul him. Do not move there. Ready, go!
Oh, good hit from Dan Hanlon. He has put Josh on his bicep, and he's able to roll through and get the pin. Oh, 13 wins for Dan. Needs 15 to secure the third place. All right. 13 wins, I believe, for Dan Hanlon. 15 is where he needs to get to secure the third place. Josh's arm is gone, yeah. Well, there we go. Dan Hanlon able to get... Oh, good. I like that call. Slip in a losing position given for Dan Hanlon. He is on 14 wins. Needs one more for third place. Josh's arm is gone, says Marcus Thompson. Completely agree. I think he relies heavily on his ability to keep pronation and keep his bicep engaged. But, you know, at this many, 6 hours into the event, it's rightfully exhausted. All right, Dan Hanlon is going to get third place if he gets the pin right here. It's going to be a press coming through, and it is, but Dan able to contain. They go to the strap. Ugh, I felt like I heard a crunch then. I don't know if you guys heard that. Maybe it was something to do with the table, but ugh. Don't want to hear that sound when somebody's pressing. Might have been the sign hitting the table. I definitely heard like a sound. Eesh. Just coming up to the final parts of this Warzone event. Has been a lot of fun. Definitely interesting to see a different format tournament. Seeing a lot of matches, which is awesome. The pace has been up. We had both tables running throughout the earlier part of the event. All right, Dan Hanlon looking to secure the third bronze medal place. And it's going to be a top roll coming from the opponent.
Shoulders, both men. Just bring that shoulder in. Do not move there. Go!
Yeah, he needs to stick with that press. That top roll is just not going to get through. Dan Hanlon securing the third position. Oh, God, sorry. He's on 14. I thought he was on 14 already. He's arguing as well. He's saying, isn't that 15? Yeah, it is 15. Thank you, Dan Earthquake, for making me look silly and then making me look vindicated. It is 15 pins. Everyone is telling Dan Earthquake that he has got 15 pins, and he has actually secured the third place position. Let's just sort this out a second, says Dan Earthquake. All right, fifth and sixth place. Fifth and sixth, and fourth and third. Fourth and fifth. All right, so this is the last match, ladies and gentlemen. It's Josh Davis and was it Josh Catcher? Dan Catcher? Sorry, I can't remember. I didn't hear his name. But this looks like it is for the fourth and fifth place position. Marcus Thompson putting an abacus. Oh, yes. Oh, he gets the quick win for Josh Davis. He wanted that to be over nice and fast. Was this 5th and 6th or 4th and 5th? Find out. Should have been 4th and 5th. Is it? I think it is. Yeah, okay. We've got the presentation coming up. So that is the final result there. Ruben Hughes taking it out, both right arm and left arm. Looks like Josh Davis came in 4th there. We had Scott James, was it Scott James, who got the 2nd place position. And Dan Hanlon, the referee, getting the 3rd place position. All right, good stuff. All right, we'll stop that one there. Turn that off in the background. What do we think? Do we enjoy the event, the ArmGods Warzone event? Very different style of event. There's matches that go all the way up. You've got to get 10 pins to get through to the finals. Once you get through to the finals, it's 5 wins, and then you will become the champion. And we saw Ruben Hughes, able to get through, get the victory. Only one smile from Ruben. Near the end, right on the 14th match, or the 15th match. He was immense. He was very immense. Absolutely. He did a tremendous job. And I've had a lot of fun watching the event, especially being able to jump on with the arm wrestling community, and we all get to enjoy this together, which is amazing. Always check out ArmGods and everything that they're doing there, and the PAA, the Professional Arm Wrestling Association over in the UK, and Dan Earthquake doing a fantastic job in running that event there as well. So thank you everyone for watching. You should try Warzone AWE, Matt. Yeah, well, I'm definitely looking at. I'm already thinking of how I can work that in, because I do like the format. It is very interesting. But yeah, we're hitting the 4-hour stream mark. It is 4:35 a.m. here in Adelaide, South Australia. So I'm probably going to the gym. I know people are going to say, "Oh, you're going to bed?" No, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to train triceps. I was going to do that 4 hours ago, but then I saw that ArmGods was on, and I'm like, I will be doing that instead. So again, thank you to everyone for watching. It is wonderful to speak to everyone in the arm wrestling community. I'll finish with a nice double biceps here for you. Oh, All right, and have a great night, everybody.